recording started.
Music.
So, party. Time is rewound. It is day 67. 8 something p.m. The sun has set. Y'all made it outside of Scorpius's guild after he received note that they need him, like, now. Y'all walked there. You left Jazeel with the wagons. You've got Borgov, Dorez, Akromid, Scorpius, and Umbra. Dorez is, of course, kinda out of it as he does at this time of night and at other times. Party, party, party. What are y'all doing?
Bossman.
Yep.
Tell them I'm here with you. I'm going to do my trick.
Say that again.
I think she's something about Frey.
I heard her say she was going to do her trick, but I missed the part before that.
Tell them that I am here with you.
Bossman?
I'm gonna do my trick.
Okay. All right, so... Okay. All right, now this is Umbra's guild hall, correct?
Scorpius's.
No. Oh, Scorpius. Okay. In that case, I guess I'm leading the way in.
Okay, well, Akromid, the door is, for the first time since you've been here, not guarded, it would seem. Grandma, who normally sits in the rocking chair out front and rocks and occasionally knits a sweater or something, she's absent.
Yeah, that's a bad sign. All right, check it for traps.
Okay, what's your percent?
My percentage on traps is 50.
50. Okay, well, Akromid, you examine the door for traps. Are you, like, examining it intensely or just a casual glance?
More than casual, but not an intense 20-minute probe.
Oh, sorry, expecting something?
Things are different.
You're back.
Right, you are going to be right back, Umbra. You're NPC moded. Well, Akromid, the door does not appear to be trapped. It does indeed appear to be locked. Barred, perhaps, since, you know, it's not... to your casual poke, it's not adjusting or moving at all.
Okay. Try the knob then.
The knob is locked, and you hear something coming towards the door from the other side.
Okay. Give it a light tap.
Like a knock, or just a single
Yeah.
tap?
Like a... Yeah, 2 taps.
Alright.
And step back just
Nice.
a little.
Stepping back just a little. Scorpius, I assume at this point, of course, you've put on your wing, or rather you had it on, you've said the command word to it, and you are now invisible. Excuse me. At Akromid, you step back, and a slider that was set into the door, that was very well set into the point where your detect traps actually didn't notice it, slides back, and there's some human, like at human eye level, looking at y'all.
Okay.
Alright, the eyes look at y'all. What are you doing?
Scorpius was sent for. Scorpius is here.
Alright. The man from the other side, for indeed it is a man, says, I don't see him, and he's looking to the, to the left and the right, it appears. But he does, you hear the sound of a bar being lifted from behind the door, and, the slider gets put back, and the door is opened. There is indeed a man there in leather armor. He has this two-handed warhammer deal with him that, right now he has it on the ground. And yeah,
Okay.
we've met the security of the Assassin's Guild.
Scorpius, let the man know you're here somehow.
We'll poke them in.
Okay. Well, he kind of jerks back at that unexpected poke and is like, fuck, that's scary. Alright. What are y'all doing now?
Okay, Goodman, Master of the Hammer, I believe you should show us to whoever it was that summoned Scorpius. And I'll wait for a moment to allow Scorpius to go in first, and then I will follow.
Alright. So I'm having everyone enter the house at this point. The guy will bar the door behind you after locking it. He did indeed lock it also. Locked and barred. Alright, and he'll lead you into the house. Now, I haven't done such a great job describing this before. You've got this entry hallway, and if you go straight ahead to the right, there is a set of stairs that goes into a downstairs area. But if you also go straight ahead, there's a doorway, and he's going to lead you all through that doorway to a larger, almost looks like a dining room table, if you will. Keeping up the facade of a house. There's even some drawers, not drawers, I'm forgetting the word for it. Some piece of furniture used to hold cutlery and what have you, and dishes, and that's actually has the cutlery and dishes in them, but they're just sealed up, and it looks kind of dusty, like it hasn't been used much. At the table at the head is the cabinet. Thank you, Scorpius. I forgot the word cabinet. Good me. So at the head of the table...
China cabinet.
The China cabinet, yes. So at the head of the table, we have the grandfather, who Scorpius, you of course recognize as the grandfather. Everyone else, you see a guy, human, male, kind of old, gray hair, leather armor, and yeah, he's talking to Granny, the woman that at this point I think everyone here has seen out front, rocking in the rocking chair. She's sitting to his left. There's a couple other figures in leather armor at various points around the room. Most of them seem to be talking in relatively hushed whispers. Anyways, the grandfather will look up since they all are entering from the other end of the table. He sees you as you walk in. And the crewmate, he sees you and kind of frowns a bit and is looking back and forth. "Where's Scorpius?" he says, and his hand is drifting towards his hip.
Is there a chair nearby?
You could walk to a chair in a few seconds, yes.
Then I will walk over to a chair and I will pull it out.
Okay. Well, several people reacted not so well to that, but the guard that came with you speaks up and is like, no, Scorpius is invisible. Apparently he does that now.
What did I miss?
Y'all are inside the house at this point, at the table. Scorpius, while invisible, just pulled out a chair, and some people were shocked by that.
Okay.
Party, what are you all doing?
Gonna wait for what he says next, or does.
Well, the various people relax somewhat. The grandfather specifically says, "Scorpius, if you can, show me your face for a second so I know you're really here." Scorpius.
This will go to a corner of the room that's without a window looking at it from out of view and will poof into life.
Okay, Scorpius, you're going to a place that is an indirect view of a window and poofing into life, so there's a small pause, awkward while waiting, and tension starts to build, and then, oh, there's Scorpius.
And then I will poof back out.
Alright, well, grandfather appears relieved, as does everyone else here. Alright, sit down, I guess, and we'll talk about what just happened. I assume at this point y'all are taking seats?
Borkov would just follow a crewmate's lead.
Alright, Scorpius, are you taking a seat?
I'm gonna stand behind Boss Man.
Alright, Boss Man, are you taking a seat?
No, I'm not.
Okay. Well, the grandfather runs a hand through his graying hair.
What's his other hand doing?
His other hand has shifted up to the table and rested on top of it in a deliberately not trying to threaten you manner.
Okay.
I thought this one was a younger man for the grandfather.
Your grandfather? He's getting on in age. The visitor grandfather is, he's younger, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Scorpius, this is your grandfather, mind you.
I know, but I was saying, because the first time I was introduced to him, he said he was a young man.
Did I?
Yeah.
I did, didn't I? Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Well, the man sitting before you is apparently middle-aged, maybe even entering into old age.
The blood moon does many weird things to the world.
Yeah, the blood moon. Let's go with that.
That's
So
why
what can we do for this esteemed organization this evening?
Well, this does concern you. Let me ask. from rumors I've heard, you're not from around here, right?
No, I come from very far away.
Alright. Scorpius, you might not even be familiar with this, because this is not something that comes up normally. Assassins Guild across Denalia are bound by something known as the Tenets of Blood. They are the rules of our organization, if you will. They're fallen out of style, if you will, over the past few centuries. No one really cares about them. It boils down to don't steal or kill from a brother or sister, so on and so forth. We received a letter recently that is somewhat troubling, though. But before I go into detail, I'm going to lay my cards on the table to you, Ikrormid, and this is where the tenets come in. One of the tenets is that under the oath of blood, if you will, just your word of honor as an assassin, if you will, you mean everything you say to be honest and true and accurate, and you're not withholding details. Although you are not from around here, I'm hoping to invoke that spirit of honesty with you, because this could go sideways if we fight each other. And I would rather not do that. So, bearing that in mind, give me a second to pull out the letter, and he will go get a letter. And let me go find where I had that written down. This is the wrong place.
I was back again.
Okay. Let me go pop this into in-game chat. Alright, and he will read out loud what is written in in-game chat. I'll read it out loud for posterity. To the most honored grandfather in the most bloody house of Rinvera, and he'll pause and note here that this is formal tone for assassins. Greetings, my name is Glass Damonson. I am the new grandfather in the city of Grad. I apologize for the lateness of this message. I had a rather large amount of work to do before I could reach out to you, but now I'm able to do so. You see, the former grandfather of the Gilding Grad, my late father, was known to be rather talented in what he did. While I did receive your message explaining the circumstances of the accident which claimed his life, I found some of the details confusing and I was hoping to get closure. I would not usually wish to waste your time handling such petty affairs in person, however, I also have a proposition I wish to put forward which necessitates an in-person meeting. I am now in your fine city at the time of writing this letter, and I'm willing to meet outside the Stabbed Spearman Tavern. There's a large outdoor area for eating, and I'm hopeful we could take lunch and talk privately over food. If all goes well, this message will reach you on day 87, so noon of day 67, so noon on day 68 would be ideal. Feel free to bring whatever guards you wish. I shall bring the 2 members of my guild I have with me. I hereby swear to honor the tenets of blood. Neither I nor any of mine shall draw weapons, nor poison, nor magic, nor shall I or any of mine seek to do any harm, as long as you and yours abide by the same. Thank you for your time. I look forward to speaking soon. Glass Damonson, 43rd, grandfather of the most bloody house of Grad. Alright, so Kuromid, the grandfather, finished reading that loud and is looking at you very, precisely.
And?
Given how Scorpius and you were involved in the events surrounding the death of the 42nd grandfather of Grad, it seemed pertinent to inform you about this.
I appreciate that.
I'm not sure if this Glask is here on a quest of vengeance, or simply seeking closure, as he states.
Well, it seems like his father overlooked the very tenets that he's proposing to honor. Targeting a fellow assassin? Huh.
I mean, that's a good point, although you weren't associated with any of the guilds at the time. Things get murky. Even within guilds themselves, much less inter-guild politics.
And then stepping over boundaries into your domain to try to finish said contract. Wow.
Give me just a
know
second
not,
there, Grills.
I know not how the guilds work here, but the guildsmen of one city do not operate within the claims of another guild without permission, or at least notifying them of their presence.
Yes, you see, that was a small issue. Again, cards on the table, and I am being honest here. I did not know you and Scorpius had attained a friendship. In fact, when Scorpius walked in here with you, my assistant, you know him as Sonny perhaps, realized there was a bounty on your head and chose not to pursue it at that time because he figured you would probably kill him. But he did inform Scorpius about the bounty, expecting him to collect on you. Scorpius has told us that that would be a fool's errand, and I canceled, and I told I told my men not to attempt to follow up on that. However,
Why?
about a day or so later, this grandfather came through to here and actually did ask about if any of us had claim on that bounty. I said no and advised him against it, but he seemed rather determined. In fact, that seemed to spur him on.
Oh, well. Then it seems that his tenure as grandfather was due to perish.
Indeed. Now just comes the matter of his son.
Well, hopefully he's a wiser man. Otherwise, they'll have a new grandfather of assassins from Grad in a very short order.
I see. Well then, Scorpius, if you wish to keep your head down and hope for this to pass by, I can keep you notified. Crormy, likewise, if you wish. At this point, I've heard secondhand your handiwork.
I'll nod.
I wouldn't, Grills, I'm blanking on the word here, sorry. Presume to be insulting, but frankly, in another day or time, I might have invited you to join the guild after seeing and hearing what you've done. If nothing else, I would consider you more valuable as an ally than an enemy, so honesty.
I would consider it an honor to accept a what would you call that? An emeritus position, a recognized outsider who is not an official part, but still open communications and professional respect.
I think we can manage that just well. Well, that settles that issue then, and he does appear slightly relieved. Yes, Akromi, they weren't sure if you were about to come in here and slaughter them all. Very well. Next step of business. Tomorrow I shall meet with this grandfather. If you both were interested in observing from a distance or up close, we could coordinate. Otherwise, I'll hear him out. Careful.
By all means. With his hands.
Alright, so Scorpius will pull that out, and we won't hear or notice until he lets go of it, at which point it will fizzle into existence and become visible. If he comes to collect, we shall add his head to the pyre. We both know he will go for revenge and to finish what was started. And I am with Bossman because he's proven to be a good teacher to learn from. I've gone a lot since meeting him. Granted, I died more often than I do taking bounties. Alright, Scorpius. Well, the grandfather reads that and chuckles a little bit at the end.
I'll be listening in on your little luncheon, but my presence won't be visible.
Alright. Scorpius, or any of your other companions?
I will poof into existence at this point.
Alright, you poof in, and there's a couple starts from a couple people, and some instinctively reach for the dagger before stopping. What are
I
you
will
doing?
be there along with Bossman. I do not know about my compatriots.
Alright. Then it is settled, Coromede. Normally I would say welcome to the guild at this point, but I suspect it will be a pleasure to have you as an associate, for want of a better term. I've already forgotten what you said, Grills, I'm sorry.
Thank you. I look forward to our mutual cooperation.
Dude. Scorpius, you watch out for yourself.
I do wonder, though, grandfather,
Oh?
with with the son replacing the grandfather, how many more members they've lost since? 'Cause I'm sure infighting did occur.
Undoubtedly, there was probably a fight for that position. Monsters, let's
So they probably already weakened.
see.
They
It's
probably
possible.
couldn't survive another round of it, could they?
Maybe, maybe not. You don't grow
There,
old in this profession unless you have a very good amount of caution on your side.
there are always survivors, and there will always be new recruits. But yes, whenever there's an internal power struggle, there are losses.
Hold on.
Holden?
Hmm?
Go ahead, Vader.
Typing something out in character.
Typing something out in character. Okay. Gosh, I feel cold. I keep shivering and I'm wearing a sweater and I just turned on the heat and I'm freezing my
We
ass
need
off
to get
here.
rid of this one, and hopefully the next one will be smarter not to come.
Alright, sorry about that. What'd you say? My cat is being annoying. He literally howled at the front door to be let out. Give me a second, guys. I'll be right back.
I'm going to go for a smoke while he's doing something with his cat.
Alright, I'm back. Yeah, no, if y'all thought I was gonna do the exact same thing again, you got another thing coming. Okay, what are your intentions for Borgoff and Dora for this? Hmm. Okay, I get to roleplay against myself now. Fuck.
Scorpius will move over to Umbra.
Oh, okay.
Welcome back.
Thanks. You too.
Give me a second. Sure, go ahead, Aiden. Go ahead and hijack the moment if you wish. I am freezing. I don't know why. I went from perfectly okay to I feel like I have a fever shiver. Except I'm not feverish and not feeling sick at all. Just shaking. Like a leaf in the wind.
And Jace got the second COVID shot recently, and she's like, oh, I don't feel it. I feel fine. And then she woke up the next day, and she's like, I
Yep.
am.
So you wake
I'm
up,
like,
and
yeah,
that's
I
when it hits
figured.
you.
Yeah, she's been feeling horrible all day. She's at a 101 fever apparently. You know, I
What?
just took a nap earlier.
There's pain. Not a lot.
Well, this is not what I expected to happen, but this works. Hmm. Yeah, I think it was good we rolled it back. Although, Grills, you sounded a bit surprised you went all the way back to the start of the guild. Or did I mishear you?
No, just a. It's fine.
Hey, message me your critiques if you got them. I accept all. Scorpius Malfoy is typing. And I'm gonna give you like another minute or so, Aiden, because I'm sure you have something very big and grandiose planned, and it's not easy for you to type fast right now. But tick tock, time moves on whether we want it or not. And I cannot put time stop on IRL, just in game. Okay, while I wait, I'm gonna quickly do some rolls. So, y'all are probably gonna head back to what's it called after this, right? Yeah.
I'll
Okay.
say one last thing to the grandfather. I'll tell him that in the worst case scenario, I might have to lead a strike against Grad. I hope he has a trusted lieutenant to establish as their new leader, if it comes to that.
He will, look thoughtful, and nod, and say he has someone in mind.
Of course, there won't be much left to lead when I'm done with them.
This is the part where the player's handbook actually makes sense. Yeah, no kidding, all the old guild members are gone. You don't trust any of them not to turn around and stab you in the back. But that is the chaotic nature of assassins. Well, they could be neutral evil, but still. And obviously they have some rules and regulations that they abide by so that it doesn't just turn into a pile of capricious murder hobos stabbing each other in the back over and over.
Constantly, yeah.
Only every now and again when there's a power vacuum and everyone tries to jump in at once. See, you never want to be the guy following the long-living leader that died. You want to be the guy following the guy following the guy that followed the guy that followed the leader.
As long as you're strong enough to grab the reins and hold them.
Yeah, basically.
Forgot Umbra's last name.
Umbra has a last name?
She does not have a last name.
Oh, I thought she did. Okay, never mind.
No, she's never had a last name.
Okay.
I can't think of last names. None of my characters have last names except
Hey,
for Veritas.
oddly enough, in most parts of Denalia, last names are more of an upper class deal. Lower class, it's like, yeah, you get one name. Really lower class, it's like you get one syllable for your name. Tug, the half-orc that ran a stabling business by... Where the hell was that? That might have actually been Grad.
Hug?
Yeah, Tug, you remember him.
Let me see. I believe I have that wrote down. Hug.
Yeah, I gotta scroll up and get that picture.
Okay, I was expecting a couple things, Aiden. That was not it. Congratulations, you just threw me for a loop.
I've got his name wrote down.
Oh, I
It
have it
wasn't
too.
the it wasn't the green chestnut or the blue walnut or the backdoor inn. I
Can
have
I
other names.
post the picture of the ring in game chat?
Yeah, sure, go for it.
Since technically it does. Count.
Where art thou? I have it in cities, towns, villages somewhere.
The left one is the one I'm holding out to you. The right one is the one I have fashioned for myself.
Alright, so y'all are gonna do that, then y'all should head out,
Yeah?
hopefully.
Damn. Damn.
Okay, party. Sounds like Umbra and Scorpius are getting married.
Not yet.
Sounds like
Umbra hasn't said anything. And I'm feeling like a fool.
Yeah, Scorpius, I'm gonna be like, I'm sorry, there's someone else. His name is Bloodripper and he's a
no.
sword. No.
Jesus.
Umbra, this is something you decide for yourself. I'm staying the fuck
Yeah.
out of this. God ain't touching this.
The war god steps away. Yeah, I ain't touching that.
Maybe Mead will give Umbra away at the wedding.
See, and I was just about to make that remark that, poor people only get one syllable to their name. Here we got Ekroro Mead. 4 syllables. Count them, bitches.
Yeah. Scorpius Malfoy. Two
Four.
names, 5 syllables. But the
So
fact
what's only
is,
2 mean?
you're doing alright for yourself, because the name doesn't actually mean anything. It's not like that. It's a standby from a bygone age of unvetted racism and stereotypes, and we're so much better than that now, right?
Oh.
Right?
Hmm.
Alright, I'm gonna give...
Grandfather blinks twice. What about grandmother and the others?
I honestly have no clue how an Assassin's Guild prepping for war would react to an engagement proposal. Or a
You're
marriage
not
proposal.
sure as they've slinked back into the shadows slightly. You cannot read their facial expressions well.
But what about grandma?
She looks shocked, because I am shocked, so therefore she is shocked. Huh. Alright.
I mean, if we're going to war, what better time?
What worse time? No. You have fun, you crazy kids. Alright, so let's see. Y'all are gonna get back to that inn. You're probably gonna go to sleep, right? Yeah, y'all are tired, so...
Maybe.
Ooh. Well, most of you will probably go to sleep. Probably. Oh, what does that result mean? That isn't good.
Magic.
And here I was expecting a whole tense scene. Hell, I really shouldn't have done the roll back at all and just let y'all live with the consequences of... But, nah. That would not be fun. Huh. I need to look that up.
Torres is typing.
He said only like 40 more minutes, guys.
I was not expecting this, and I don't know how to respond to this correctly. I'll be
Okay.
honest.
First off,
So after
D2.
5 minutes of stunned silence, Umbra responds.
I mean, she'd be stunned probably for like a minute. Like, what?
All right then. Back to the inn we go, colleagues.
Well, you all will be not shown the door, but walked back over to it, unbarred, unlocked, ushered out, not ushered out.
And they'll secure it behind us.
Mm-hmm.
There, now your unborn child won't be a bastard.
Wait, what? What?
I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. It's very common among orcs and those that breed with them. But you're better off this way.
Oh, God is
Pardon me?
amused.
And you told me before me?
What?
Damn.
I'm a wizard. We have senses about these things.
You just said you're pregnant.
And I'll be leading the party back to the inn in our typical formation.
That was misspelled golden, but you get the point. Typical formation. My God. This is by far much better than anything I had planned. Everyone, you can take 50 XP. This is brilliant.
XP whores, grab your pencils.
I'm writing it down. I'm taking that 50 XP.
Anytime y'all hoard hard enough to become XP hoarders. Okay then. Not at all where I expected this to go. Not even fucking close. Just, we could not be further from what I was anticipating. Well done, Borgov. Kroramid in the lead, everyone else in their normal formation. Y'all will have no encounters this nighttime. That's a good point, actually. What time is it? We're pretty close to the...
Did we
Okay,
eat
yeah.
dinner before this rendezvous?
You did, actually. The guy came in about the rendezvous after dinner, or like during the end part of it, so y'all, finished and went. So, party people, you make it back to the inn. Are you all eating, doing, what's it called? Oh, yeah, let me move one shot back up.
Umber and I ate before you left.
Yeah, we ate already, so we don't need to eat at this point. It was dark before we left, so... Anyhow, I'll ask around a little bit and find out what time most people eat lunch in these parts.
Lunch, around noontime or so.
But it's nighttime, though.
I know. I'm planning ahead.
Oh,
All right.
cool.
In that case, I'll take a table and have a few drinks and play cards if any of the party is of the mind to do so.
Gonna hazard a guess Scorpius number aren't. Dorez is just kind of out of it. The marriage proposal has shaken him to his core, and he just kind of walks in silence next to Borgov, who, I don't know what Borgov's doing.
Borgov has something he wants to ask Boss Man.
Yeah, well, party, let me know what you're doing. Otherwise, I
Mid.
have...
What, Borgov?
A while ago, I heard Kasson say something about this Hall. Would you be open to talking about that?
It is another world. Even the gods are different there.
Interesting.
Hey, Mama.
Yeah. He got above that line.
Scorpius is going back to his room. Or their room.
Okay, Scorpius, Umbra, I assume both of you are going back to your rooms. Borgov, you're talking with the Coromid for a bit. Grills is AFK.
Well, I'm still here, but I had to listen to Mama.
Distracted by
I
family members.
I assume there are dwarves and elves and such there as well?
Oh, yes, yes.
So,
What is what?
oh,
That's a pair of rings. Yeah.
I thought for a minute it was a snake.
No, not a snake, Mama.
What sort of reputation you have in your old world?
Oh, I'm just a simple arms merchant on that world.
I would imagine someone as powerful as you would have notoriety.
Not particularly. Other than the fine quality of my wares.
So Arnold mentioned you had business over there.
Oh, yes, yes. Selling weapons and armor and such.
Very interesting. Do you have any tales of this world you'd be willing to regale?
Okay, I don't want to sit here for an hour and RP Vader. So, Dungeon Master, yes, my character will tell him tales of Kohal, stuff that he heard of, and yeah.
Alright, well, while y'all talk, the men and elves and dwarves, a few dwarves of the city that were in the bar, they start to peter out, but of course it's misspelled, because that's tonight's thing. And they'll go to their homes or their rooms or wherever. And by the time y'all are finished talking, there's only a few left here or there. A couple stragglers that so deep in their tankards they don't want to go home and face their wives, kind of deal.
Yeah, we're not going to stay up
It's
terribly
getting
late.
late.
All right.
Before we go to bed, could we cover what you want us non-sneaky folk to do?
Oh, I'll tell everyone over breakfast. It's not terribly complicated.
All right. So I have.
Shortly after breakfast. Yes.
Sounds like plan.
All right. So I'll have the two of you go to your room, and are you all doing anything special once you're in your rooms, or going to sleep?
Standard precautions, Dungeon Master. Bell, nail, string, crossbow at the window, bed in front of the door. You know me.
I do. Damn, you're getting really
Changing
good
out of play 8 into chain and going to bed.
Okay. Well, that werewolf encounter really doesn't apply since you all are in your thing. Okay, duly noted, Aiden. Yeah, I fucking rolled werewolves as an encounter, so y'all hear some howling in the distance at night, because they're not going to do that shit in the city. Other than that, y'all will get a full night's rest. Anyone who's down a hit point, none of you, get a hit point back. Cromie, I'm really concerned. You probably were down a hit point or something.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
I'll check on that right away.
Okay, Aiden, you and Golden have hours and hours of RP to do. If it actually extends for hours and hours, let me know, in which case y'all won't be that well rested, but it shouldn't affect things overly. Regardless, nighttime shall pass.
That's the new euphemism for it. They're RPing. Is that? Okay, gotcha.
I mean, yeah, roleplay is a thing.
Yeah.
Probably an hour or two, duly noted. Okay. So after role-playing for an hour or two, y'all go to bed. God damn it. Gross. Thanks. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Anyway, morning comes, light shines upon Denalia. What are you all doing as breakfasts come about and the smells of cooked food waft through the air, waking you all up at various points in time?
Okay.
Doing the trap and going down for breakfast.
Okay.
Of course, I would wait for Umber first.
Okay. Scorpion, Borgov, and Acromate, what are you all doing come morning time?
Unset my trap, put the bed back, standard kind of thing there. And before I open the door, though, I'm going to check for traps.
Checking for traps before you open your door?
Yes.
Is this in terms of practice, or you believe someone trapped it from the other end?
Just in case.
Well,
it's not paranoia if people are out to kill you.
this is entirely true, and in fact, you noticed the deadly aquatic purple worm trap that the Maymites had somehow set up on the other side of the door, but you disarm it pretty easily.
Okay.
No, there was no trap that you detected.
Okay. In that case, I will head on down for a hearty breakfast with my companion.
Borgov heads down, but he decides not to change into his plate mail just yet.
Alright, so Borgov in your chainmail. The Cormid, Scorpius, Umbra, Borgov, you're all downstairs. There's delicious warm food. Jaziel is out there. Y'all came back, and y'all, Cormid, you're like, first light, so on and so forth. The usual.
Okay. And he's got his usual meal, I take it?
A side of something that was a bit bigger than a pig, but he's tearing into that shit with gusto.
Okay. And I'll let him know that we're going to have a slight delay before we get moving. Now, I don't remember, did we buy that second wagon and stuff?
You bought 2 wagons.
Yeah, you bought 2 wagons, and Scorpius has his wagon.
Okay, so we got 3 wagons, and I bought all that glass stuff and toys and blah, blah, blah.
Well, Borgov and Dorados bought the toys, but yeah.
Oh, about that, do you want Borgov to abandon his horse to drive your wagon? If, the 2 newlyweds are going to be on the same wagon.
They'll probably be on the same wagon, so yeah, if you'll put your horse behind one of the wagons to drive it. That would be for the best. But
Yeah,
we're not
party.
heading out.
Dorez is, of course, up and about. He's just doing that thing he does.
Yeah. All right. So, assuming we're all getting breakfast, and I'm going to say, okay, we're not leaving out until lunchtime or so. And about 11, I'd like you all to accompany me up to my room so I can do things and you can all keep watch.
Can you say that
Will
again? You
do.
cut out on my end.
Shortly before lunchtime, I want the party to accompany me up to my room. That way I can do things and y'all can keep watch while I'm
Duly
doing it.
noted.
So, do we have to pay for this meal?
Borkov, I
That's
forget.
covered.
Yeah, that's right. You were.
See, I don't think I wrote all that stuff down, and I should do that.
You should. All right.
Actually, I
So
don't remember the standard price.
It's been paid for.
Okay, so that
Okay.
was 2 wagons.
okay, now Vader Borgov. Standard pricing for meals varies a lot depending on what exactly it is you're buying. Pretty common, dirt cheap food. Okay, that's a silver, maybe 2. Good quality shit, you can drop 2 gold and have more if you want. So just between that silver to a gold or so, or a plaid if you want to be expensive at the nice place in town. Because remember, prices are inflated for adventurers. When it comes to like a dagger costing 2 gold pieces, you know, you can buy a bunch of food that's like, okay, it will spoil later that day. It's not gonna keep like rations will, but it's decent town food if you're in a town. And obviously this is subject depending on where you're buying at. Rinvera, you're in luck. Food doesn't cost a lot here.
Okay, guys, let me pick your collective brains. So I got the 2 wagons, the 4 horses, a lot of feed, a bunch of glass containers, some toys, and it seems like there was something else that I got, but I don't remember what.
For
Red
the
claw.
spiders.
Huh?
Red claw.
Oh, red claw.
Also the animals for the spiders.
Animals for the spiders?
Yes,
Yeah,
there was a
we
The
were
ones
variety of
with
animals.
hands.
Cows, pigs. You
Oh,
were going to
that's
buy an
right.
extra cow because of information.
Livestock.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have that written down. What they're expecting.
Damn it, we're going to be late meeting them, aren't we? Oh well. But I got the red cloth wave as flag so that they'll be able to spot us, and then they'll have the
Did I
red
put
strip.
that?
I'm sure they'll understand. Something came up.
Yeah,
Oh, there it is. I just had it written down as livestock. That's right.
actually, that's fine. I know how to handle that. All right. So, Dungeon Master, at that point, I think we're just going to sit around and play cards and that kind of thing till about 11.
Okay. Till about 11. Okay, before I start advancing time, I'm just quickly grabbing that crystal ball entry on page 141, so I have that ready to go. Okay, so till 11, it's this time now. Okay, let's take a look at encounters. Nope. 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 Okay, it's 11 o'clock. No encounters were had.
Okay, so take the party with me and go up to the room.
Okay, you go up to your room. The aquatic purple room was back, but you successfully disarmed the trap.
Okay, good deal. All right, so after we're inside and the door is secured, I'm going to make myself comfortable and whip out the handy-dandy crystal ball.
Alright.
All right, first thing I'll try doing if I can establish contact really quick, just a couple of minutes, is try and locate the arachnia that we negotiated with previously.
Alright. Personally known slightly. 85% chance of success. Was there any other modifiers? Just really quickly, once per day, chance of locating. Oh, wait, hold on. Oh, I see. Okay. Let's roll that percentage dice. Yeah, you're able to find the one that you think you communicated with. It is thinking spider thoughts. Arania spider thoughts.
Okay.
It's, go ahead.
Yeah, I will see where it's at. Is it in the location that we had specified?
Give me a second to consider. Indeed, it is.
Okay.
It's funky. You're looking at it and you realize you're seeing it overlaid on top of its own invisible body. Like, you're scrying it, but it's invisible. But you know it's there. Your brain is substituting where it should be.
Okay. Then I will use the telepathy function. And greetings.
Okay. Well, this thing, like, spins around and hisses and clicks and looking for you, and there's other hissing and clicking. You realize there's a few invisible spiders. And one of them, this one does speak. How? Where?
Far away. We will be late getting there. But to get there today, we should. This is a courtesy call.
Ow!
Huh?
Excuse me, sorry. You made me laugh so hard I started coughing and hurting my ribs. This is a courtesy fucking call. Well done. Well done. Okay. To make long roleplay short, they accept your courtesy call.
Okay. The animals are purchased, and I will contact you if any other changes occur. Thank you for your patience. And unless it tries to ask me any question, real
Other than
quick.
how, but like, you're not answering that question. It's confirmed it's gotten the information, and you're not telling it how you just did that.
Okay. And I'll break off contact.
Mm-hmm.
Now for the meat. I will share with the party that I contacted our arachnid friends and let them know that we're going to be a little late. We're not going to make it by lunchtime as we anticipated. Anyhow, at this point, now I'm going to eavesdrop on the grandfathers. Specifically, I'm going to focus in on the guild hall and work my way in from the front door and see if I can find the grandfather.
Alright. Well, you've been to the guild hall before a couple times, so you know it personally slightly. You did, of course, locate it pretty easily. There are some people there, and it's that time. Yeah, you actually do catch the grandfather, and you're latched onto him. Are you doing anything special?
Not at this time.
Okay, just doing that. Now let's see. When you're scrying someone, detection of invisibility comes into play here. So he has a that % chance. Okay, you believe yourself to be unnoticed. Lucky you. Okay. Well, he's there with a couple other guildsmen. Granny's also there. And they're talking. Obviously, you make out what they're talking about, just discussing the meeting strategies. He's hired some people to play dress up as just normal folks, but they've got daggers to throw hidden nearby, and a couple of them will be diners eating. And yeah, he trusts this guy about as far as he could throw a giant, so he's taken every precaution.
Right.
Anyway, details are finalized. He himself is wearing what appears to be just standard clothing.
Okay.
Yeah, he's got his trusty dagger at his side. He's got the guy with the warhammer from earlier at his side as well, and the two of them, after some time, will depart and start heading out. Now, the time that you can view him for is half an hour. So you started scrying him earlier than half an hour to the thing. Let me double check this real quick. Because, like, as you probably know, Grills, the crystal ball has a viewing period duration.
Well, if he's about to walk out the door, how long do I think it's going to take him to get there?
You actually don't know where the inn's located at, so you're not sure.
Yeah. Crap. Well, I can piecemeal it, right?
Piecemeal it? What do you mean?
Like, say you get to watch TV for half an hour each day.
Yeah.
Turn it on for 5 minutes and watch. Turn it off. Come back. Turn it on for 5 minutes and watch. That.
All right. I would have honestly rolled the other way. That just okay. You get 3 times a day. You can do it though because you're roughly familiar with him. You know. My
Okay.
bad. Actually, it's 2 times per day for a half hour.
All right. Well.
If I'm reading this correctly, I might be reading it wrong. You should be able to piecemeal it though. I'll allow that.
Okay. So I'm gonna piecemeal it. Give him I figure it's not going to be wherever they're meeting at. It's not going to be within 10 minutes of their guild hall.
Nope.
No. And I'm not going to try and look all over the place to find this stabbed spearman inn.
All right. So yeah, you will track them. Allow me to advance time. Does the grandfather have any encounters on the road? Probably not. It's not like an assassin from the guild is going to try and, hey, give me your money. And he's got protection with him, so you're a casual guy. Isn't going to fuck with him. Alright. Well, you'll piecemeal it together, on, off, on, off. The rest of the party, I am going to assume, is, keeping guard for you. And...
That was the point of bringing him up.
Yeah, no, so unless they say otherwise, that's what I'm going to have them do.
Yeah. In case this was a diversion so they could mount an actual strike.
Ah, clever. So, where is it? Okay, yeah. At that point, you will eavesdrop on the conversation, because, he'll arrive at a pretty standard-looking inn. There is a broken spear hanging on the placard out front to indicate the stabbed spearman, and, yeah.
Okay.
You'll go to this back area where they do have where you can, sit outside and eat so you can get the sand in your food in case the grit of the food wasn't good enough for you.
Right.
But yeah, it's a nicer place despite the crude name. So yeah, you will see a couple diners sitting there, but the grandfather, that is, laser focuses in on someone that, you obviously have not met this person before, Coromid. You would have no clue what he looks like. Not even middle-aged, younger than that. What's the word? Mature. Black hair, blue eyes. 2 people with him, man and woman. Man's got this large sword. Woman has a dagger that she's just tossing in the air and catching. They're already lounging and eating. And the man, the other grandfather, we shall call him Glask, of course. Glask, waves over to our grandfather, who I've actually never bothered to name. Cat, stop meowing. Yeah, I know. Okay, my familiar is unhappy, for he is contained in my room for the moment. And now, I get to roleplay with myself, and you all get to eavesdrop. And I didn't anticipate for this, so I didn't have it typed up ahead of time.
We all?
Or you can just give us the gist of the conversation.
Okay.
Wait, can the rest of us actually see this?
No, y'all can't.
No, that's the same.
But I am gonna relate what happens after it's done.
So the gist of it, they introduce each other. The visiting grandfather, Glask, is very much a traditionalist guy. He's, he actually stands up and gives a small bow with his hands interlaced in front of him, as per magic users do. And, he's trying to be very warm and welcoming. And the other grandfather isn't quite buying it, but is returning the politeness. They sit down. Glask is like, would you like anything to eat? I'll pay. My treat, of course. And, the other grandfather gets straight into business and asks Glask what it is he's interested in. So, Glask sits back in his chair, puts his hands up on the table in a very non-threatening way, and explains most of what I've explained to you last night. My dad came here pursuing a bounty that is legal by the Tenants of Blood in Grad. A Crormead, that half-orc that came through these parts, killed people. The family of a dead guardsman wants his blood to be spilled in revenge for that. My father went and pursued the bounty. And this is the part where it gets murky. As I understand, he got in contact with you, explained his purpose there, and received your permission to continue forward, as my sources tell me. Then he was killed on the thing. And the grandfather is starting to say some excuse about how there was apparently some accident. A cart with soldiers in it went wild because a wheel broke, and Glass just waves him off and tells him to cut the crap. Here's the story, he says. Glass explains that he did a bunch of digging around. He's actually been in the city for about a week now, just poking at things and getting all the pieces of information together. He knows that a member of the guild assisted Akroromede after Akroromede was apparently killed. That part's a bit iffy to him. Definitely was stabbed by his dad. Then his dad was stabbed by Scorpius. And Scorpius, he knows for sure, is a member of that guild. Of your guild, that is, to the grandfather. So this comes into a problem. Grandfather was pursuing a legal bounty and then was killed on the job. That's bad form right there. That breaks one of the tenets. But things get murky, and I'm not interested in starting a war. So here's the deal. I'm going to go back to Grad. I'm going to cancel the bounty on Akroromede, and I'm not going to pursue my father's blood. I'm not going to go after his ring of magic or his cloak that is magic also. I'm not going to go after any of his shit. You can tell Scorpius his hide is safe. You can tell Akroromede, since I know you're in contact with him, that his hide is safe. I'm not going to go after the gold that would be on his head as if he had a bounty on him that would settle the blood feud. I'm not going to pursue that. In exchange for that, I want you to hear me out on this proposition I have. We join the guilds together in Grad and Rinvera. We bring other guilds into the fold, and we establish a brand new empire, if you will, for the assassins. A dawn of a new age, a great grandfather to lead them all. And yeah, that's his sales pitch, and the grandfather says something to think about it. Glass smiles and says he understands it's quite a lot to digest. He himself is heading back to Grad that very day, so we can communicate by post as we normally do. Even if the letters are unreliable, we have the coding that we do, thieves' cant, if you will, for letters. And yeah, apologies for the intrusion into the city. It's hard to know who to trust these days, but I'm hoping we can put this nasty business behind us and forge a better future together. And, they'll conclude their meal at that point, obviously, and the three people will depart, heading towards the south end of town.
And which end of town are we in?
You all are more towards the west end. My bad.
Okay.
The east. My bad. You all come in from, the northwest, they're going south. The drunken fighter, however, is in the east. It's funky like that.
Okay.
Alright. Hopefully that did a good job of covering all the important details. If I forgot something, I'll let y'all know. I tried to plan for this, guys, and y'all just went out the window again.
Monkeys, unite! Everyone, go out a different window.
Wait, get out of the ceiling vents.
Get it? Everyone, monkeys, unite. Go out a different window.
Uh-huh. So, party.
All right. Dungeon
Akroromede,
Master,
that is.
I will keep an eye on the grandfather of Renvera for a few minutes.
Well, he's talking to the guy with him. What'd you think? Think it's bullshit? I don't know. He actually seemed like he believed what he was saying, and he passed the honesty test. I think he's genuinely just here to figure out what the hell happened to his father and tell us that he's not pursuing it. He's realized that, his guild was weakened like Scorpius thought. It's probably a bad idea to go to war right now. Keep on guard and try and figure out who was the mole, who gave him that info, because the only way he got that much information is if a guild member squealed. And yeah, things along those lines.
All right. So, Dungeon Master, as long as it doesn't look like the grad people are going to double back and try and put a hit on the local people, at that time I'll break off the scrying and fill in the party.
Trying to flourish your blade away from the others? Well, Akroromede, you come out of your stupor, if you will, and Borgov is fighting someone invisible. Dice initiative. No. Okay. Go ahead. Tell them what you saw.
Okay, so yeah, guys, the meeting took. They met. The guy from Grad wants to build a super guild with one to rule them all. He's canceling all bounties as far as we're concerned and isn't going to try anything. My guess is yes. The infighting cost them. They're down. They're trying to scrabble to get shit put back together. They're headed out the south gate. And we have friends to go meet.
Umbra, Scorpius, and Borgov, y'all can give me intel checks, by the way.
Hey,
Remove.
Okay, Borgov,
hey,
yes.
that's
Umbra, no. Scorpius. Meow. Come on, cat.
Oh, I thought you were talking. I thought there was the cat gonna appear again. I was like, oh no.
Yeah, intel check. The cat's in the room with you. That's what Borgov was fighting dice. No. My god, can you imagine the chaos? No, it can't plane shift just yet. Uh,
Oh, yeah,
oh, you
it's
caught that, huh?
funny.
Yeah, I see you. Yeah, I know you're upset. You're stuck in my room. Aiden, are you here?
Orp.
Because if you are, I need an intel check, Aiden.
Maybe I just step out.
Probably. Well, tell you what, we'll let Aiden roll for it, but I imagine Borgov, you're probably going to share this tidbit with the party, so the party won't miss anything by Aiden not rolling. Oh, there we go.
Oh, there you go.
Scorpius and Borgov. Coromede said they were heading to the south gate. Rinvera doesn't have a south gate.
Boss, they don't have a south gate.
Duplicity, then.
We go to war.
Dungeon Master, try the crystal ball.
Okay, you've got the crystal ball. Who are you crystal balling?
Grandfather of Renvera.
Grandfather of Rinvera. Let's do that dice roll. Oof. Fail.
Fail?
Fail.
Shit. Scorpius.
Yes.
Make stealth, haste, get to your guild. Tell them
Go ahead.
tell them the visitors who are headed is to leave by the south, and there is no south gate then.
I will pop
And
my
if,
ring.
and if
Go
you
ahead.
know where the stabbed spearman inn is, the grandfather of Renvera was leaving there with a small entourage. If it's on the way, see if you can intercept him in case there's duplicity afoot.
Engine Master, do I know about this inn?
Funny enough, you don't. I just rolled.
Okay.
Of all the places to get
Then
a 20.
then I will go down to the barkeep and ask him if he knows where the spearman or stab spearman is.
Stab Spearman? Yeah, and he'll give you directions. Why, Zarian not good enough? And he laughs a little too hard at that joke.
No. Your end is perfect. I just have an associate over there I need to meet.
Okay, so Scorpius, you're headed out?
Yes, I will go out, go to the wagon,
Are
poof,
you going
and
invisible?
then
Oh, poof, okay.
yes, and then take off like a shot. I mean, down the
Take off
weaving.
like a shot. Alright, you have to dodge around a bit because people aren't going around you, and it's
Yes,
decently crowded today. Okay, everyone else, what are you doing?
I'm trying to think.
Okay, so
Definitely putting the crystal ball away and securing that.
yeah, your brain feels a bit mushy, Acromede.
All right, I'm going to go for a smoke while I try and figure out my next step. Y'all can spitball ideas.
Right, so Scorpius, you're gonna be ducking and weaving, dodging and bobbing, moving your way there as fast as
Dungeon
possible.
Master, is there like a secret knock for the door to get entry into
Yeah, there's a knock.
the Den of Assassins, my home one?
The
Like, is there
guild.
like a certain knock?
Normally Granny's out front and she's the one who vets, but there is a secondary knock in case Granny ever isn't there.
Okay. So if I manage to catch up and do the secret knock on his back, he would know it's me.
I mean, yeah, if you want to hit a guy in the back who was just in a meeting with an assassin, go ahead.
It'd be a gentle tap, not like a full on.
Alright,
Like I have
Scorpius.
no way to communicate.
Gee, yeah, it's a real curse, that ring. uh, Scorpius, to actually answer your question, if you do the knock, that's not exactly something that's like you've ever said before. Hey, if I ever need to communicate but I'm invisible and inaudible, I'll knock on your back before. That's never been established. Try it in session, see what
Uh,
happens.
may I make a suggestion?
Sure, I'll allow it.
This is personal I do, right? Write something down and try and almost make it seem like someone's messing with their pocket, right? They're obviously going to look at their pocket, look to see no one's going to be there, and they're going to see paper sticking
You
out of their
realize I
pocket.
am running, so I can't really like
I realize
do
that,
that.
but that's what that was the first thought that came to my head.
Good thought though.
It seemed like, oh, someone's fucking my pocket. Look over, no one's there. Things stick out of my pocket. Oh, what's this? It's like, okay,
Maybe if
that's
I
my
get
first thought.
there and I could actually do that if I get there in time.
Yeah,
I feel like I fucked up here, and I don't know if I should unfuck it or not.
part of me
Hmm.
feels like you. No, no, no.
Grills, are you here?
I'm here.
Ah! I need to share some meta knowledge with you because the DM to DM, I don't know if I fucked up here.
Hmm.
uh,
There's a second chat if you need to talk about that.
mm-hmm. No, I'm just gonna type it to him.
They may have brought more with them than just.
Uh, I've made a monster. I'm Dr. Frankenstein. This is great. I did not anticipate this. So is that no on interfering?
Correct.
Okay. Alright, Scorpius. You're headed out at Chromid, Umbra, Borgov, Dorez, or at Chromid's thing. Excuse me. Alright, so Scorpius, you will manage to make your way over to the the stab spearman without much difficulty.
He did say he's going to the bathroom.
That's right. Are you here, Gold? Aiden. My god, I can't. I just can't. I'm done. My brain is gone. Here, let me make a note in cities list, actually, because I need to remember that for later. Grad Renvera. There we go. Drunken Fighter in. The Stabbed Spearman in. Okay, well, I guess you all get to think IRL, RP it out, I should say, what you're thinking while we wait for Aiden to get back. That's a good point, actually. Let me get the world map open for a second here. File. Open! Denalia world map, where are
So
you?
yeah, y'all go put on your heavy armor.
Going to war?
Maybe.
What the ever-loving fuck? It's typical, isn't it, Grills?
Yep.
Okay, Aiden, let us know when you are back.
So, regardless here, we need to get Jazeel, the wagons, all the goods, the livestock tethered up behind the wagons, Borgov's horse included. Get Umbra on Scorpius wagon, Borgov on a wagon, and Dorez on a wagon. And at that point, Dungeon Master, I think we should head towards the guild house.
Okay, so y'all will load up on wagons. You've got Borgov, Dorez, and
Umbra.
on the 3 wagons, and yourself on Jazeel, of course.
Yes.
Alright, I think everyone here can agree to that while we wait for Aiden to get back. He went offline, but he's... Oh wait, he's just hidden, my bad.
So the party is conspicuous enough that as we head over there, if we should cross paths with either the grandfather or Scorpius, we can...
Yep, you will stick out like a sore thumb and then some.
Yeah.
Okay, you won't have any encounters as you do this. Now, Scorpius, I already rolled for that. What happens when that happens? Okay. I never thought this would end up like this. I'm actually quite happy it did. It's the monkeys have gone out the window today twice.
Yep.
And then we dug back in to go through a different window.
Add insult to injury, you then walked back through that window, found a third window, went through that one, went back in, made a new window next to the original one, and just completely ignored the door. Just everything but that door you used multiple times.
We even made an air vent.
Come on, things haven't gone off that much.
From what I was expecting, greatly, but then again, I try not to have too many expectations. That being said, I had
More
an
than
expectation
killing
here.
the town guard?
That's only like a 0.3 on the disruption scale. Nilbog Trask only rates at 0.8, mind you.
Let's see. My thing to that is half the time I don't expect them to do anything, and so I just plan out. I plan as I go.
Oh yeah, you have to be able to
Sometimes
write
works.
shit on the seat of your ass. Like, that whole conversation between the grandfather wasn't supposed to happen that way. I had a rough idea of the topics covered and rough responses from the grandfather, but I was anticipating Scorpius and Akrormid being there in person.
I know with Drace, the little session I've done with her, all of it I didn't plan. Like I planned like a few characters, and I was like, all right, let's see how it goes.
You gotta be able to wing it. It's
I may
like,
have taken a little bit of inspiration from you. I may have given her item that talks to her. I was
Why
like,
would
you know
you
what'd be
do that?
funny?
Well,
And back.
welcome
back.
back.
It's got weird properties to it.
Well,
you
Umbra,
gotta be like an actor doing improv. That's all there is
Umbra,
to
if
it.
you're gonna DM, you should look at the DMG towards the end. There's some stuff about talking swords and ego.
It's not as much of like D&D stuff. It's more just like RP stuff.
Oh, in that
Just
case,
for
have fun. Enjoy. Okay,
Yeah.
Scorpius, invisible, you bob and weave and duck through town and under workers and so on and so forth, going towards the grandfather with all due haste. You spot him as he's heading back at a pretty regular pace. You'll notice that, actually, give me a perception check. 2. Okay, Scorpius, there appear to be some people in what seems to be normal clothing, kind of tailing the grandfather, and you're looking and noticing, oh hey, the person over there is walking with, but
We'll
keeping
whip
distance
out
away.
a piece of paper and chalk or charcoal, write down trap, and try and get close to the grandfather. And instead of flipping it into his pocket, which I don't know if I can see or not, I'm going to slip it into his hand.
Slip it into his hand. Okay. He's walking at a pretty normal pace. Give me a dexterity check. Just that you don't shove it into his, too hard or fall out. Oof. What's your dex?
18.
18. Okay, that helps a lot, because it's a failure by 1, and it's not really a difficult action, so you should be able to get it in. It's just a bit rough. Alright, he kind of stops and spins with a hand on a dagger, and looks at his hand, and The way you put it in, did you put it in upside down, like facing upward? Facing towards the
I
palm of his
rolled it
hand or
up,
away?
but I rolled
Oh,
it up, but the way he'll unroll it, it will read out trap as he unrolls it, or yeah.
oh, okay, so it's
So
rolled up
it's
into his hand. Okay, so he spins around and draws a dagger. His friend there,
like a scroll, like a scroll.
like a scroll. His friend there is going to draw his weapon. Some of the people are drawing daggers too, Scorpius, or knives of some kind, and he's looking around and sees the thing in his hand and opens it. Trap. Okay, now intel check from him. Scorpius, is that you?
I will gently nudge his foot with mine. Like I have no other way to communicate here.
Here, walk with me. And he's going to start walking towards a nearby alleyway. And the other people put away their stuff. They drew a couple glances, but the guy with the hammer gave some people a glare, and people are moving on. And the grandfather is walking with his entourage to a nearby alleyway.
I follow.
Alright, well, he'll look left, right, coast appears clear. Scorpius.
I will look around just to make sure and try and use him as a shield to uncover myself with the ring.
Alright, well, you don't see anyone that you notice that sees you, and you will undo the ring at that point, I assume, and,
Mm-hmm.
fizzle into existence, and he manages to not look shocked. Okay, good, it was
The
you. Trap?
yeah, yes. They went south. There's no gate south, and you're being followed.
Scorpius, that's my entourage in case I was going to actually be attacked. And, oh, you weren't here when the blood moon occurred. There's a road south now to Grad.
No.
The world shifted, remember?
Mm-hmm.
So, I assume your friend had you look in and you saw them heading south?
Yeah, but there's no gate south unless you want to tell me there's usually been a construction of a gate
Well,
within
not
next
quite a
2 days.
construction, but a shifting of the plates of the world. Scorpius, they can't explain it, but the road that used to be southeast is now pure south, and it leads to Grad. We're still getting the map filled out, but you recall the blood moon, the world changed?
No, that doesn't. Okay, out of character. Just because the world shifted doesn't change the construction of a city within 2 nights.
Well, no, the construction, it's like, okay, the road that used to be west,
But
it
if there was no
sometime
gate
during the
there to
night, it's
begin
south.
with,
Aiden,
I, I,
they don't know how it happened. To them, nothing changed, except, that there is now leading there, and they realize, wait a minute, the sun's rising in the
well,
wrong
I'm
spot.
not disputing that there's now a road there. I'm disputing that the fact you threw up a gate in 2 days.
I mean, it's been more than 2 days since the blood moon. In fact, it's been like 2 weeks since y'all were last here. But furthermore, Aiden, just when the blood moon occurred, seriously, the shape of the city changed, and the people inside were unaware of it. To them, it's always been this way, and this is out of character knowledge. You weren't in the city when that occurred, so to you, it's strange. But to them, it's like, yeah, no, that didn't used to lead there, and now it does, and we're not entirely sure how. And there's no fucking map to reference it against. We had north, south, east, west, and that just went out the window, apparently. We've established a new north based off the sun, and okay, some things are where they should be, others not. Anyway, in character, the grandfather will relay that rough information. At this point, people are aware of the phenomena. They can't explain it. It's been attributed to the blood moon. Fucking annoying, let me tell you.
Okay.
Well, thank you for looking out for your grandfather, and we'll give you a clap on the shoulder and a slight squeeze. Small heart attack there.
I do apologize. It's just I can't make noise in the invisibility. I mean, I could stand here all day and yell at you invisible. You wouldn't hear a sound.
Truly fascinating.
I
Wait
had
a
to
minute.
scribble down quickly.
Okay. Will you accompany me to the guild hall, or are you heading back to wherever it was you were before?
I believe Bossman wanted to get back, but I can accompany you back to the guild hall if you wish.
Very good. I have something that you might like. And he chuckles a little to himself. And yeah, at this point I have you invisible again, following him and his entourage.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, you failed your hidden intel check. You saw people that were following. You did not note you did not realize because they were disguised. Hey, these people are people from the guild or known by the guild. The grandfather brought defenses, but he wasn't open about it.
But your loyalty is notable.
Yeah. Scorpius, you're making as much a name for yourself as a Chromie these days. Fucking invisible, inaudible ring. Why the hell did I give him
Wait,
that?
was Borgov out of the city during that time?
Which time?
When the blood moon happened?
You know,
Fuck.
you were not there.
Where were you? You
Wait,
get
He
no.
brought
said
in
he
at that
just
point?
was.
Huh, congratulations, Borgov. You're one of the guys that's like, guys, there didn't used to be a thing south, and you're confused about the whole thing. Blood Moon, it's
Okay,
fucked
moving
up.
forward.
Yeah, moving forward. So, Scorpius, you will accompany the grandfather to the Assassin's
Hmm?
Guild. Along the way, you shall encounter the Nilbog Tarask, but defeat it easily. And at that point, you will see.
Wait, did you say Nilbog Trash?
I might have said that.
Oh, you aren't aware?
uh,
You know what? I've seen Stranger Things. Let's go.
you've played
I'll go
Stranger
with it.
Things. Regardless, you'll notice as you get pretty close to the guild hall, there's this procession of wagons, and yeah, it's your party. They were at the guild hall, loaded up on the wagons, and the grandfather looks at it for a minute, and he's like, "Wait a minute, Scorpius, that's one of yours?" And he points to
Mm.
Dorez, who is in the back wagon. Dorez has just taken said wagon at the behest of Akromid with all the other wagons to the Assassin's Guild. And Scorpius yelled, "Fuck, you're invisible." That's right, he wouldn't have poked you. Never mind.
Welcome back, Doris.
Okay, he goes to the guy next to him. That's one of Scorpius's, right? Yeah, boss, that's the orc, I think. DM recap.
And
Okay,
I'm going
Will
Dora's.
proof
first
back.
up.
I will proof back into existence. Yes, that is Bossman and our wagons.
Okay, good. So,
And
Dora's
I will
up.
inform the guildmaster of if you need to find us and we're not here, send someone out to the road and look for a sign with an E on it.
Oh, okay. So you're giving them rough directions to the keep?
Yeah, but
Okay.
mostly just him. But
Alright. Well then, okay. Doraz, do you mind if I just say it in voice? Make it faster. You won't hear anything no one else heard. Okay. So, Doraz, we rolled back time to before you all entered the Assassin's Guild, and some things were different this time around, of course. You enter, the grandfather of Assassins introduces himself to you all, or, well, introduces himself to Corby and Scorpius. You were just kind of there, you weren't the center of attention. He basically explains, cards on the table. Akromid, there is a bounty on your head. My people aren't going to collect it by my own order. The guys from Grad, they tried to collect it. That's the guy who killed you, and then you killed him, essentially. His son is the new grandfather of assassins from over there, and he's in town, apparently, seeking some clarity about some events that transpired and has a business proposition. From that point, Grills is already typing, wow. So
Keep going, keep going.
from that point, we have a rough alliance going on where the grandfather is. Coromede is considered at this point not quite a member of the guild, but he's a fellow professional, and you all have a common courtesy towards each other. Scorpius proposes to Umbra, and Umbra says yes. Let's see, then y'all head back to the inn for the night. Nothing happens. The next morning, you eat breakfast, do some nothing for a bit until lunchtime or so. Y'all go up to Acromede's room. Acromede uses that crystal ball he has and does a thing. You're not sure what at first, and then, he's done with it after a half hour or so, and he explains that the meeting went down, doesn't appear to be any trouble, and he mentions that the grandfather of Grad's heading south. There's a bit of a hubbub because Borgov and Scorpius are like, wait, there's no exit to the city to the south, and Scorpius takes off to try and prevent whatever's about to go down. You all gather up the wagons and head towards the Assassin's Guild, where, party, you will see the grandfather, his entourage that I've described thus far. At this point, I'm giving that enough of you will notice there are some people, although they've kind of broken off. Doors, they would have said it pretty quietly. Okay, what else did I have? yeah, party. You'll see the grandfather. Scorpius bipped back into existence, and the uh, the muscle, if you will. All right, party. What are y'all doing at this time?
Okay, so we see Scorpius with the grandfather.
Mm-hmm.
All right, hail them.
All right. Cutting long story short, the grandfather obviously hails you back and relays to you quickly what you already knew of Coromid.
Okay,
Well,
then
more
I'll
like he
accept.
questions. You saw the meeting where blah 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 blah.
Heard every word.
Hmm. Your own thoughts on it?
His guild is weak, and he will obviously vie for this great-grandfather position.
Hmm. I agree.
I would watch him carefully. Well, I did watch him carefully.
You said
Can't we
Anyhow,
just
Scorpius very
replace
well.
them?
Say that again?
Can't we just replace them?
Things are delicate. If he attacks us, we of course are free to defend ourselves, kill him as per
it's
usual.
best not to act with undue haste.
Mhm. Strangely enough, I'm buying it that he genuinely believes what he says. He doesn't care too much about avenging his father's blood, but he is interested in assembling this super guild. Ugh. Whether that's going to work out or not, we'll see, but it can't hurt just to say we're in for now. See where he takes it. He's promising to do the legwork of approaching other guilds. Someone's gonna stab him in the back for us.
Anyhow, we have an appointment to keep. No disrespect, grandfather.
None taken. Scorpius, there were a couple bounties, but if you're headed out of the city, they can wait until your return.
I wanted to get those.
Nothing that can be done in a day. After you killed the grandfather, you said that you were looking for more work, and I took note.
Yes. More work is always good. Right? Right, boss man?
Absolutely.
Well, if you want to come inside, I'll quickly hand over the details, and you can be on
We'll
your way.
give we'll give boss man puppy dog eyes. At least the best he can.
Can it be done quickly?
Details can be transferred easily, and complete the contract whenever. Bring the head.
Very good. And yeah, we can wait a few minutes.
Alright, so Scorpius, you're headed inside. Everyone else, you're still outside?
Mm-hmm.
Alright, Scorpius,
Yeah.
join me in campaign voice chat too.
Okay.
I had to drag you?
I was moving.
Ah, well, okay. Well, he'll bring you inside and take you downstairs where they have that book of all the contracts. And, alright, recent thing. Apparently there are 2 targets with this bounty. Pay is supposed to be, let me check, 500 for each of them for 1,000 gold pieces total. Pretty high. Okay. They are, and he'll give over the names of them. One is a female elf, the other is a human male. Details are kept vague, but both these people should be killed, preferably within less than a day of each other, where they're not aware the other one was killed. And there are some details about their habits and what have you. I believe the man is actually out of the city on business at this time. He has some shipping company that he does. I'm not entirely sure. But yes, regardless, you can pick that one up whenever. It's not going anywhere. None of the other guildsmen wanted to touch it.
Hello?
Oh, did you hear any of that?
I heard all of the stuff about the 2 targets, but then he went quiet.
Alright. Well, again, yeah, the guildsmen don't want to touch it, so it's yours for the taking, and you said you wanted more. So here you
Mm-hmm.
go. There are some details. I'll give you answers to some questions as you direct message me so we don't drag this private conversation on too
Mm-hmm.
long. And then moving on to part 2, because you'll have questions, obviously, the grandfather will answer them as well as I will later. He will hand you a letter. Apparently, the grandfather from Grad likes to write. He left this under my plate at lunch. And there was another note attached simply stating that it should go to whoever now possesses the ring. And at first, I admit I had no clue what ring he was speaking of, and then you appeared and disappeared a couple times, and that made it a lot more obvious. Alright, give me a second. Where the hell did I put it? I'm sorry. Yeah. Said it was from his father's notes, and he was sending it to us as a sign of good faith, no hard feelings. Alright, and with that, Aiden, we're going to drop up to campaign voice 1, unless you have any questions.
No, that's good. Thank you.
Alright, and we're back.
Welcome back. And so we take it that Scorpius has come back as well.
Mm-hmm. Alright, so at this point, Scorpius exits the guild hall, and yeah.
All right. Well, then let's get mounted up and travel.
Alright, party, where you all headed?
We are headed back towards my keep because we have a rendezvous with the arachnids.
Yeah. Okay, first hour is good. You get through the city, no trouble. Okay, let me zoom on in
Hey,
here.
Master, did it list the other word on the letter or no?
No, it did not.
Okay.
Okay, that is 1, 2. Oh, this is the player map. Fuck me. DM. Map.
Also, I will have handed Umbra the reins and... Wait, no, we were supposed to go to the money changer to get my money back.
Do y'all want to
And
go
for
to the
you
money
to meet
changer before
him.
you go?
If it's another short stop, yeah.
Won't take you too
he
long.
was... We were going to go there the next day so you could meet him because he wanted to speak to you about work
Hey guys, I'm gonna be
on your house.
on a short leave of absence.
Okay,
I'm gonna
Borgov.
get myself something to eat.
Alright,
Basically, be NPC.
alright.
Okay.
NPC mode
Dungeon
Borgov.
Master, weren't we supposed to meet back with the Arachnia today?
I believe so. Although, I can give you a fuzzy thing. I forget. It was... I took notes, and I don't know where they are. Tell you what. If you do it tomorrow, the Arachnia won't hold it against you. You'll communicate with them again. Hey, delay again, and they'll just accept it. One time, give me
Okay.
from the DM to keep things rolling here.
Okay.
Really, I should make you bounce back and forth like a silly ping pong ball, but I don't feel mean today.
Okay, good.
Alright.
All right, then we'll go to the money
I
changer.
can now speak in voice chat now.
Hey,
Bravo.
Doris. Welcome. One leaves,
Thank
the
you.
other arrives.
So we have
I
another
was
day at the town, right?
If you
Looks like
wish.
it.
You're already halfway through it,
I mean,
Lunchtime
it's
came and
just a quick
passed.
thing in and out.
Well, party,
I'm
where are you
not gonna
headed?
be
The money changers.
Money changer to get my money.
Alright. Well, Scorpius will get there. The DM you showed me said 3,000, I said 1,000. It was 3,000, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, okay, so you will get that back should you wish, but we're jumping
Thank you.
ahead here. Party, you arrive out front. The money changer, Coromir, do you remember this place? When you first rolled into town with gems, coin of plenty,
Yeah.
this guy helped you out.
Hmm? Yes?
Giving Scorpius a second.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna have you all head on in. Are there any customers ahead of you in line? Please hold. We are experiencing higher than normal customer volume. We appreciate your business and will deal with you shortly.
Wouldn't the money changer see that it's boss man and be more inclined to
No
do
fucking
the other
kidding. He's
people?
literally kicked someone out before because it's like, you are squabbling over coppers, and a fucking platinum piece walks through the door. Get out. You're fired. Shoo. I don't want to deal with you anymore. He's done that before. But no, there is no one in front of you at line. The money changer visibly brightens up when you all arrive, and, the usual pleasantries. Welcome, welcome. What shinies have you found for me today? And
This
Scorpius...
is a this is about workmen's for boss man, and I've come to collect my money for the land.
Alright. Well, Scorpius, he'll refund you your money. And yeah, Crowmeat and everyone else, y'all can fill in Borgov because he just waited out back with the stuff, with the wagons and shit. Yeah. Well, interesting line of work came up. Two of them, really. So the remapping project of figuring out where the hell Denalia is now is needs help. People that are willing to go out and with a map and a cartographer's assistance draw out the map. I figured you all might be interested in that. Pay is kind of shit there, though. Somewhat.
No, Bossman is looking to hire people to rebuild or remodel his house. That is what we
Oh,
talked
that's
about
right. I
earlier.
thought. Oh, my bad. Ah. Alright,
Yeah.
you're looking
So
for masonry.
yeah. So if this guy has any contacts for masons,
Not my normal line of work, but I do know someone. His quality is pretty shit, though. You might be better off searching a different city. Out here in this desert town, at least, we care. We don't have great masons, you'll notice. The houses are pretty shit.
okay.
I'm assuming you're interested in the manner of quality, of course.
Oh yes.
Alright, so let's see. Yeah, I would recommend. Hmm, let me check. Iron Keep.
Least drive.
Very good masons over there. They're kind of legendary for
Iron.
that. Keep made of iron, as they say.
Where's Iron Keep?
Oh, interestingly enough, that does tie into the mapping project. Good news, someone's done the hard work for you, and he'll explain where it is. And I believe, Grills, I already told you this part, and the rest of the party also. Those elephant men from earlier mentioned that Iron Keep, if you take the road from where, Mead's Keep, that E path is, if you keep taking it to the west, it goes to a T intersection. North from there is Oasis, south from there is Iron Keep.
Okay.
More of a town these days, we heard. Apparently it shrank, the magic crystal in the city. Now it's just a town.
Shit.
Ouch, that sounded painful. And yeah, assuming that you're building something relatively close to this area, it'd be easiest to haul it in from there. Otherwise, maybe Grad or High Forge, but that's a lot further away if rumors are true.
Okay. No, good to know.
So the mapping thing, we're basically getting paid to wander around for a while.
In a very specific pattern with measuring and what have you. I'm not entirely familiar with the concept. I just
But it's basically
Bodyguard
just
service.
more like that.
wander around for a while.
It's bodyguard service with whatever cartographer.
Pretty
Now,
much.
where he goes and what he maps is up to him. Our job would be keeping him alive.
Would that even be worth taking?
It is if we run across the right things.
It'd also be fun just to get around.
So we'll get some contact information
Mm-hmm.
from him.
Alternatively, if you're looking for something that pays a lot better, supposedly Respite, which is this elven city way to the east, they're planning to see if the unknown is breachable. Party. Let's
No.
see. Scorpius and Umbra, you two can give me intel checks here. Doras and Borgov, not a Chromite, of course not. You're not a native.
I want tire low.
You want low.
Low.
This is an intel check.
Nope.
That makes sense.
5.
Umbra,
Okay.
yes. Okay. Umbra, that tickles a memory of yours. When you were a kid, you heard about the unknown. It's the boogeyman, if you will, from bedtime stories. It's a section of the world
Isn't
in
it?
Elvish. Doras, I
Yeah,
said
isn't
no,
it
but
if I'm right, it's the spot on the map that is unexplorable, right?
every time someone comes in, they never return.
And that's the unknown.
The city of Respite is the last place before the unknown. They know the road leads into it, and that's about it. And yeah, the reason he thought of a Chromite specifically was because the unknown, it's something with the miasma. It gets so thick there, it becomes cloudy, foggy, hard to see through. And they suspect it has something to do with why people keep disappearing. But if someone was reportedly a mistwalker and not affected by the miasma, well,
Not Bossman.
Might be a thing.
but mind you, that's probably still at the other end of the world. So, just passing that info along too. You'll remember a Chromite, one of the earliest gems you sent me that I paid a handsome sum for, that extra pure one. They use those because apparently it's more effective against the mist in the unknown. But he has them there.
Yes.
Do you think that mist like eats away at the crystals? Maybe.
Certainly.
I always wondered about that place. It was weird.
All right.
So, party, what are you
Well,
doing at this point?
does anyone else in the group have business with the money changer?
Mm.
And about what time of day is it now, Dungeon Master?
Give me a second because I have to adjust that. Obviously, it's after lunchtime by a bit, maybe 1:30 p.m. or so.
And I personally do not remember how far away our meeting place with the
But a
spider
Aurora Maid
people
should
was.
have a rough idea, yeah. Well, okay, we'll take you maybe 1, 2, 3, at your normal speed of how many miles per hour was it?
On the road, 2.5.
2.5. Okay. So that would take you like 3 or 4 of those. So yeah, call it about 4 or 5 hours to get to the meeting point. Maybe 3 if you push it hard.
Do
If we
y'all
do
feel
it,
like traveling at night?
Everyone here can see in the dark, so
Then I
we're
say we
good.
go ahead and go to the rendezvous spot. Because didn't we set that up halfway between the turnoff to my keep and Renvera?
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah.
Alright.
All right. So unless somebody objects, we're gonna go ahead and head on for the rendezvous spot.
other than to come back here at some point.
Yes, of course. What else did you have going on in Renvera?
Marriage.
No, marriage now.
Ha. You should seek out
I,
a cleric of Sertellus, the god of joy, because her clerics actually officiate marriages.
but almost any cleric can do that, though.
It's true. That's what hers are known for, though. Marriage being a very joyous occasion and such.
You have to remember who her goddess is, so.
Oh no, you're both not diametrically opposed, but you don't exactly agree on most things. You're neutral at best, usually. Slight animosity at worst. They're too goody-goody two-shoes, too busy trying to spread fun and joy in the world. They don't care about vengeance. But yeah, you both agree on chaos, at least. That side of the coin, you all are good.
Yeah, I was planning on going to my temple just to, you know.
Small gimme, your temple is actually on the way to the exit that everyone's headed towards anyways.
Okay.
So it doesn't cut into your travel time all that much, just however long you spend there.
Yeah, I figured I'd be there for a while though, which is why I'm like,
How long?
I don't know. That's a great question. I don't know
Well,
how long
what's
it
your
would take.
purpose?
Let's go there another time. I haven't fully thought about it.
You
Okay.
want to
What
go
did I
to your
ask?
temple, but you don't know why. The sign of a true believer. I want
See,
to
I
be
know what I
there.
want to ask, but I don't also know what I want to ask.
Okay, you're
Has
We
seeking.
want to
anyone
know
checked?
if she's pregnant.
Well, that too. That was one of the things I needed to check.
You're seeking divine guidance, but before casting that commune spell, you want to have enough questions to make it worthwhile.
You're gonna ask a commune to see if you're pregnant.
No.
Okay. So
Try that in
yeah,
session. See how that goes.
let's go meet the spiders.
Let's go do that.
Just follow the spiders. Why couldn't it be follow the butterflies? Uh, okay, where was I? So yeah, 3, 4, 5 hours or so. Oh, Dorez wants to get shit and identified.
And it wait.
You do realize that these are arrows I never bothered to identify.
Party, you all figure it out. I'm gonna use the restroom real quick. Grills, you can get a smoke.
Yeah, I'm gonna go for a smoke.
No, you went in. You were there when we went in once before.
Hello, party people.
Welcome back, Vader.
I was there, Scorpius, but I wasn't inside, so I wouldn't know the pricing.
Right, and no, my comment of it is 500 GP a pop. That is me telling
Oh,
you the price.
I thought I was looking at the parentheses. I thought that was just out of game.
No, that was a miss typo, but I didn't feel like changing it.
So, yeah, it's not worth getting them identified. Look at it this way. If you use them all up, you get the XP for them
This is true.
without knowing what they were other than magic arrows.
Now, they could be cursed -1 arrows, and you wouldn't know that, or they could be blessed +3 arrows versus undead, and you wouldn't know it.
That's
But
why you use them only when you need them.
Use them when you think you need to, and otherwise don't, which is why I had them for so long.
Now, I will state
you don't
that
get XP for cursed items, though.
You don't?
Technically,
some
no. But
items, yeah.
Huh.
here's the thing, though. Say they are -1 cursed arrows. You can still kill a werewolf with that shit.
It is magic.
And I think the DM would take that into account and give you a value for actually using a cursed magic item in a positive manner.
Oh, I would. That's great.
So,
Now, I will point out you can identify batch arrows. Because arrows are generated in a batch, you can identify them in a batch. It makes sense to me. You don't identify them
yeah.
individually.
Yeah, same thing with sling stones and
Now, the
whatnot.
thing is, the biggest size for that batch would be 20. So if you have 500 arrows, okay, that's 5 times 5. 25 identifies. And if they're
So I
different, then
didn't
that's going to
realize
fuck
you
with
didn't.
it. So if you got them all from
Realize you
different
could.
places.
Sorry, I didn't realize you couldn't. You didn't get XP from cursed items. I thought you would have. I thought it would have been treated like maybe as a magic item, but lower.
That is up to the DM's discretion. Lucky for you, you all have an
Yeah.
awesome
Sure.
DM. Also, I'm here sometimes on Thursdays.
I don't know my thought on it, at
Thank you.
least.
Anyhow, party, can we move forward and go get these spiders? Because this is gonna cut down on a lot of our heartache.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, yes.
So please tell me we're at the meeting spot already.
And at this point, I'm going to start rolling for encounters as the party will
You've got to
leave the
check for
city.
encounter.
Okay. You will clear the city without encounters. How fast are you traveling once you're out of the city?
2.5 miles an hour are standard.
2.5 standard. Let me see. No. No, I don't feel like the purple worm is appropriate. The sand dragon doesn't go out here. Oh, I could try these.
Needleman.
Yeah, needlemen. No, those are somewhere. You'll have to find those. Give me just a second. I did unfortunately roll up an encounter party. You will make it about
Maybe if we go on
an
that
hour before the next encounter.
adventure
Okay.
run, you can find them.
It will be that time. Turns to that time. Oh, there. Alright, party, if y'all want to quickly get another drag. I know, you just got one, girls.
Yeah, I'm good for now. Thanks, Joe.
Just give me a second, because I have this thing written down. This is a dark creation, which means it might be bullshit, but it's pretty low-grade bullshit. Let me go quickly get from my Monsters Idea channel.
How many times am I going to die?
No more than twice.
Okay.
Maybe?
Plan to die 20 times.
Okay, let's see here. Number appearing.
Hope for the best, plan for the worst.
Okay, let me quickly roll them up. Or should I just max them out and make life easier?
Max them out.
Max them out. Thy will be
How many are
done.
there?
There's about a few million.
Oh god.
In entirety of existence, you will not fight all of them at once here unless you get really dumb. Okay, so that plus that is a...
Hi, I'm Scorpius. How are you?
It's like that time you waved at a demon.
Yeah,
Alright.
I can't believe that happened.
And he was so rude, he didn't wave back.
No, he did rage back.
Alright.
That's the
He
beautiful
was
thing about it.
utterly and totally blown away that you did that. He was like, "Hi." Alright, party
It's like
perception
totally.
checks. Let's see. We have Jaziel.
Okay.
Jaziel fails his perception check with a 20. My God.
That's
I'll
okay. I
take a
made
hunt.
mine by 4.
Oh, perception
Nope.
check. My bad.
No.
Umbra and I are too consumed with her being potentially pregnant to care.
I
Go for me as
passed
well.
by 9.
Alright, Dorez, you're good. Borgov, let's see that d20.
Also, I'd like to point out, I was trying to say I would have handed Umbra the range and went invisible, but I never got it out because I kept getting over talked.
Alright, Scorpius, you handed Umbra the reins and you are invisible.
And Lydia, I did hear you trying to say something to that effect. So
I
I
yeah.
know.
apologize for speaking over you, which I just did.
No, it's okay because everyone was trying to get things done, and I was like, okay, I can wait.
Alright. So Borgov, I assume you got it on the nose? Actually, I have your
Uh,
perception score.
Actually,
No,
I'm pretty
passed by
sure
3.
that's too. Yeah.
Alright. So, for those of you that passed your perception checks, there are sandy colored, and it's getting towards. Yeah, no, you will see them. 2 large. Uh,
Oh,
like
it's night and
large
we were just going
ticks.
off. Sorry.
Yeah.
Large ticks.
They look to be
God, large.
about the size of ticks in terms of head body leg ratio, although they have 8 legs. And they are
That's
charging at you
interesting.
kind of slowly.
How big are they?
Let's see. These guys are. Let me see. They count as large. They are.
Yeah.
Yeah, like 8 or so feet long. They got these giant backs. They have the heads of spiders and the legs of spiders. And yeah, party dice for initiative and options.
Pardon, but we are going off of infravision, right?
At this point, no. It is still
We
daytime.
we have a 6 for initiative.
Oh,
New
where?
rope. Alright, can that get both of them? That should be able to get both of them. Are they close enough? I want to say they'd be further apart, and I wasn't clear about that. Left or right of Coromede, or rather closer or further?
I'm sorry,
Closer.
doors.
Closer. Okay, so you'll rope up that one. Interesting, I wonder.
Yeah,
I
you
did
are
not
driving
consider what
a.
it would do.
Doors, you are driving a one of the wagons, right?
Yeah,
You're shooting without parking or anything?
but considering, wait, Bossman, did you stop?
Bossman is stopping. Well, actually, that's a good point. What are you doing after you rope a Coromede? Rope closer, tick, and draw a sword for
And draw
melee.
sword for melee.
Oh,
So
Did
no,
you
I'm not.
stop?
I'm not stopping.
alright. Mounted on
Alright,
Jaziel, who
then.
at this point you'll bark out the command board. He'll look up, see it.
The same go with us. We see it.
At this point, yeah, party. You'll have a delay on your actions because you have to. Oh, that fuck. Nope. Okay, actions. Now, Dorez, you won't, and Borgov, you won't, because both of you passed your perception checks, but Scorpius Umbra, your actions will be slightly delayed. Driving wagon following a Crormeat, okay. Are you doing anything else, Dorez, or just that? Can't really. Okay. Scorpius Malfoy, Umbra, no last name, and Borgov.
I should have fireballed the fuckers.
You could have fireballed the fuckers, but yeah, at this point it's rope. I mean, you can still fireball if you want, but then I have to do a saving throw for the rope, and we both don't want that.
No.
That rope has challenged me to be a better DM. I'm forever grateful and pissed off at that rope. It exists and it annoys me, but it's also the reason why I have to think of good things. Now, I really need to consider what this thing's gonna do once you rope it. Throwing daggers, both hands with daggers, not my magic ones. Okay. So you throw daggers. What do you attack as? A 6th level fighter or a 7th level fighter with the daggers? Borgov, I still need your option.
What order is Borgov in this procession?
I have a Crormead. I have Scorpius Umbra. I have Borgov. I have Dorez. In that order. So you're
Basically,
sandwiched
just
between the other two
watching
wagons.
basically just keeping watch for our wagon.
Okay.
The wagon in front of Borgov's.
Okay. Well, Dorez, you're not going to be able to follow a Crormead perfectly, obviously, because your horses don't want anything to do with the giant fucking spider tick things. But you'll maintain control over them.
Dungeon Master, may I edit my option just slightly?
What would you like to edit?
I would have been aiming for the head.
You want to do headshots? Okay. So
Well,
let's
I
start
would
off.
only get one headshot this round, since technically that would be considered an assassination.
Oh, okay.
Since I
So you'll
am
throw a single
technically
dagger as a
invisible.
headshot
Yeah.
assassination attempt.
Yeah, since I am technically still invisible.
This is true. It's not like a bow or crossbow. You should be able to throw it without. Would you assign a penalty to the hit roll because he's invisible throwing, or no, girls? I wouldn't.
No, because
No.
this isn't a bow or a crossbow where you're aiming down the shaft.
No.
Because when you throw a dagger or a dart or a star, for a moment, it's actually behind you. And you're more or less trusting your muscle memory for your aim for a thrown item like that.
That's what I had
I
figured.
do
Thank
have points in it too. So.
you. So as a 6th level fighter or a 7th level assassin, fighter would be
Sixth
better, I
level.
believe.
Yeah, fighter is better.
And I have
But
ambidexterity and high dex, so.
Y'all know that song? It comes to fighter attack matrix. Nobody does it better.
okay. So Cormid, you bark out the command word for the rope and unsheath your sword, and the rope lashes out and goes after that one as that thing's attacking Jaziel, or tries to, and okay, you rope it. Okay, so the other one's still charging. You've drawn your sword. Jaziel is charging forward with you at this point because you haven't tried to slip off or tell him to stop, so he's assuming mounted
right.
combat.
Mounted combat. We're going to try that.
Okay. Okay, while this is happening, we got Scorpius throwing and everyone else maintaining the formation, essentially, or keeping things under control. So you are going to not get an attack this round, but Aiden will, funny enough, because, you've already roped, that's your action, you've gotten yourself ready for next round. Jaziel should be able to go for the 3 attacks. Sound fair?
Sounds fair.
Okay, in that case... that guy over there is just going to be roped up, and the other guy is going to go, and Jaziel will, of course, have range on him. Scorpius, you're lining up that shot as this happens because you are delayed. Also, I'm getting a lot of background noise from you. Okay, so Jaziel, first attack. Okay, these things are that armor class. Let me check.
Rocket. Yeah.
Okay, pretty decent armor class. DM screen, monster attack matrices. Okay, Jaziel is a that plus that hit die creature.
Do I get the bonus of +4 or +2 since they don't know I'm there?
Yes, you indeed get a +4 to hit, and their armor class is reduced by 4.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, now Jaziel rolled a 3. That is insufficient to hit their armor class. Okay, so Jaziel's first attack goes off, fail. Second attack, a 10. Does that hit? That is a miss. Okay, at this point, Scorpius rolled a hit with your dex and strength bonus +4, which is a pretty damn good thing if I say so myself.
Yeah, you're stacked up pretty damn good right now.
As a 14 at 6th level fighter, 14 at 6 is sufficient to hit
This is
that.
an assassination, so wouldn't it be off the assassin?
I would give it to you by your best attack matrix, because a 14 as a 7th assassin hits a much lower armor class.
Okay, I was just asking.
No, it's a fair point.
Okay, your knowledge of where to put the dagger goes assassin, but your ability to hit that point goes fighter.
Fighter at
Scorpius, that is a hit dice percentage. Let me check the matrix.
Drum roll.
You want
1d100 or a d20?
1d100. Okay, now level of intended
52.
victim. 52. Ooh, I think that fails. Let's see. You are a 7th level assassin? Okay. That is a failure on the assassination attempt. Okay, dice your damage, because you still get, drum roll please, triple damage, I think.
So this is a 1d3 plus I think you're right.
Yeah, triple. So this is a
D3
D3 versus
plus
large plus
5.
bonuses.
7.
7
Triple.
tripled becomes a 14,
21.
21. 21
Which
to the
is a
head.
headshot, too.
21 to the head, that will be sufficient to kill this. Okay, so A is roped. And B is dead. As it takes 21 points of damage to the head and its skull splits on open. And let me describe what happens here in a moment. Yeah, I'm just going to put
They
dead.
explode into thousands and thousands of little ticks.
Oh,
Funny
please no.
story, Grills. You can take 5 XP as the back opens up, and let's do the dice roll. Who's feeling lucky? Do a d4. This thing's fat fucking
I
body
will.
opens up, and out come
Okay.
3 smaller versions of it.
Where's
A,
Sebastian when
B,
you need him?
C.
Bossman, fireball!
Okay, we're gonna max these
Fireball!
guys out too, so that is that many hit points. Phone's ringing.
Where's Sebastian when you need him?
Okay, now let's see. That times that is that plus that becomes. I'll post the dark creation later after session. Y'all are gonna love this thing. Alright, Chromie, Scorpius throws his dagger and impales this thing. It's like the split travels up along the head to the back, if you will. It looked like that for a second because the optical illusion of this thing's back opening up and three man-sized thingies come crawling out. They're like 5 or so feet long. They look otherwise identical. Alright, party. Jaziel gets his 3rd attack off. Oh, wrong channel. A 12, I think that hits. Let me check. Okay, that thing, a 12 hits that armor class. Jaziel does indeed do, and does his damage versus A. There are 3 of them, left, right, center, A, B, C. I love this thing so much. Okay. And
I
then,
hope this doesn't turn into a Russian doll.
why would I ever make nesting doll spiders? That would be horrible. I would never do that. Neil. Party dice initiative and options.
I got the
We,
initiative.
I did. We got a 3.
Oh, did
Oh,
we? Dang.
Yeah, you
okay.
asked. You told us to do it.
That's right, my bad.
Have I slowed the wagon to a point where I can? Is it stopping now?
Yeah, you can stop the wagon. You've stopped the wagon if you wish at this point, Umbro. Likewise
Yeah.
for you, Borgov and Dorez.
That's why I was like, stop slowing wagon to stop it.
Designate your targets. We have A, B, C. Likewise, also designate if it's a special attack. These are man-sized critters, so your attacks will be versus small man-sized at this point.
That is not what I wanted.
Okay, Dungeon Master. I'm not sure I can designate since I'm not trying to micromanage Jaziel's attacks.
Jaziel's just attacking as I direct him, more or less.
Okay, so I'm attacking whatever's flanking Jaziel as Jaziel attacks, since I'm still mounted.
Right. Dorez, you can fire your bow this round. You can have stopped the wagon, drawn out your bow, and notched your silver arrows if you wish. Okay. Kurumi, duly noted. You're attacking whatever's closest, trying to flank around y'all. Okay. So we got a Kurumi with 2 attacks. We got Dorez possibly with missile fire. Scorpius with missile fire tech. No, not missile fire, but yeah. Borgov with missile fire. Umbra, at this point you can pull out your bow arrows and take your shots here. Are you taking shots or just pulling out the bow and arrow? Attacking smalls. Well, the mediums. The smalls come next.
Okay.
Okay, 2 melee attacks. 2 bow attacks, or my bad, 3 actually. 3 dagger attacks, 2 bow attacks, and 2 bow attacks. Okay, archers, take your first attacks.
Does that include me?
No, because dagger fire is not archery. Archery fire does go off first, funny enough.
Okay.
Now, I'm assuming you all will opt to not target ones that are, behind Jaziel or Crowmead where it's hard to hit. You'll go for the ones that are more easy to hit and are exposed.
You only said there were 3 of them.
There are 3 of them, but, it's like one's in front, one left, one right, so you're all going to target the left and right before you go for in front. Since, Crowmead and Jaziel provide cover. Okay, Borgov with that 18. Okay, Borgov, you attack as a... Let me check. Not
I
Borgov.
said
Dor-
roll
Dorez.
yet.
Dora's and 7th level if I'm doing math correctly.
Damn, Dorez, send me... I'm going to need to get your information after this. Actually, I probably already
I
have
do,
it.
but
Alright, Aiden
It
had to
has
go.
yet to change. 4th level fighter, 4 proficiency bonuses in longbow.
Okay, so a 4 thief, 4 fighter. Or 4 fighter, 4
not
thief.
sorry about that.
Okay. Bow at 7th. Let me save that.
I
Okay.
think Vader is trying to say something.
The only difference is I have a proficiency in the bastard sword, which I will edit you on now.
That's fine. Okay, so I have Dorez, who rolled to hit. Umbra, who rolled to hit. Borgov, I believe you were doing missile fire also? Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you're doing your
Yeah.
headshots on that. Okay, yeah, do your first attack. You're an archer. Okay. So, Dorez, you attack at 7th level. You got a 18. Okay, that is a hit. Dice your damage, Dorez. Umbra, you attack at what level? 6th?
I take a 6th.
Okay, 6 with a 16. I'm pretty sure that is a hit. Dice your damage. Borgov, that is a 15 at what
Minimum
level?
damage.
4th.
4th. 15 at 4th. Hits that armor class. Dice your damage.
But remember, it was a cold shot.
Now, Dorez, that was a called shot indeed. So Borga, Dorez. That was a silver arrow. Okay.
Yes.
Borgov regular, Umbra regular arrow. Okay. Sorry, just trying to keep everything moving here. So okay, so Daziel bit that one. Dora's, you're also targeting that one. How much damage did you do, Dora's?
Minimum damage.
1. Okay, 49. Okay, Borgov, you did the called headshot on that guy. Oh, let me double check then, actually, because that might be a miss.
That's why I pointed that out.
You may take 5 XP for your honesty, and that is a miss. Umbra, you did 5 damage against this guy.
Ooh, one of the medium ones.
Well, all 3 of them are medium ones, other than the big guy who's tied up and struggling.
One of them. I don't know which one.
Okay. So at this point, the initial missile fire has gone off. Let me look at actions again. We got a Chromid with his 2 melee attacks. Aiden, if you can hear me, throw your first dagger. And then Jaziel and Chromid will do their attacks. Jaziel does his first attack. Gets a that. That is sufficient to hit. He dices his damage for that many points of damage. Dice percentage.
Dun, dun, dun. Triple
26
damage.
triple damage. Roll your damage and tripled. Okay, 8 points of damage against this guy turns into that. 7 tripled becomes, hey, we just did this math. 21 points of damage, Scorpius. Well done. Okay, 21 points of damage. 21 versus this guy. Oof, that guy's not looking too good. Yep, take your XP. Okay, let me look at actions. So, Aiden's first dagger went off. Okay, Chromid, roll your first attack. Then Scorpius, roll your second dagger.
Okay.
Now, to hit these things armor class attacking at your level, you need that. Okay. I know
I
what
got
you
a
need.
I got a 13.
Before bonuses?
That's with bonuses.
Wow.
I know. It's pretty low.
You do hit, though, dice your damage.
21.
Alright. Duly noted there, Aiden. That's a hit, dice your damage.
16 hit points of damage.
16 duly noted. That puts that
6.
guy down to... And then 6 points of damage on that one. Thank you, Aiden. Okay. Jaziel attacking the one he's on again. That's a miss. Okay. Dorez, roll your second bow, because you get 3 of them. And Scorpius, roll your third and final dagger. And Acromede, roll your second attack. Wait, I forgot these guys' attacks, didn't I? 1 second. Stop. Everyone stop. I apologize. Okay, 3 attacks. All 3 of them, they're either on Acromede or on that, so... And these things will attack the horse. They're only man-sized. 3d20s. Okay, to hit this thing's armor class at that level, let me check. To hit armor class that, they need a that. They did not get a that. None of them did. Okay, my bad, guys. Now, resuming. Yeah, Scorpius, roll your third and final dagger. Acromid, your second attack. And Dorez, your second bowstring.
7 at 6.
7 at 6. Okay. At 6th
I'm
level,
pretty sure that'd be okay.
that is indeed a miss, Scorpius. Dorez, a 8 at 7th. That is a miss. Oof.
Okay,
So both
DM.
Actually, is
misses,
it?
yes?
No, that's a miss. Sorry. Yes, Acromid.
I got an 11 at 8th.
11 at 8th. Oof. Let me check. That hits. You may dice your damage.
Oh, fuck.
This one's fucked.
15 hit points of damage.
15 points of damage. Duly noted. Okay, that puts him down to there. Okay, Borgov, Dorez, and Umbra, you may take your final attacks. Have I skipped anyone's attacks? Other than Jizziel's.
Uh-oh.
Jizziel hits.
That is a miss, unfortunately.
Okay.
I think we all missed.
I love how you thumbs downed it. Okay, 10 at what level, Borgov? 4th or something?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a mess. Let's see. Dorez, 9 at 8th, was it? Or 7th? 9 at 7th or 9 at 8th.
It
Still
was
a
that
mess.
7th.
Okay, Umbra, that is indeed a miss. Don't even need to check that one. Okay, party. Initiative and options.
You gonna put new in action for the round?
I'm doing 20 things at once here.
Are all of them still up?
All 3 of them are still up, although several of them look pretty damn bloodied. Okay, Scorpius, drawing out your +3 dagger and +1 longsword to move into melee.
2
Acromid
for
going for a
initiative.
single. 2 for initiative, okay. Dorez, you get 2 shots this round, not 3. Please edit your message. You do 3 shots every other round, 2 shots every other round. You're at 5 for 2. Okay, Borgov and Umbra waiting on you two. Both times center mass. Okay, so just standard attack. And Umbra. Okay. So we have someone who's forfeiting their range to go into melee. Single melee. 2 arrows, 2 arrows, 2 arrows. Okay, Archer is first fire. Roll a hit.
I'm still
Wow.
shooting mediums.
I only had 8 daggers, and I threw 4, therefore.
Okay.
Well,
Umbra,
8
that is a
normal.
16 at 6th level. And as a hit, dice your
Yes.
damage.
5.
5 points of damage. Alright, give me a second here. 5 points of damage versus that one. Okay, it's looking pretty beat up. Next up, Borgov.
Aye.
Roll to hit. $20, dice your
That
damage. For 3. Nice. You're really putting these guys through the meat grinder, guys. Excuse me. Alright, Dom, roll to hit. Dice percentage and take your 50 XP. Oh. Piercing, 89. Chest wound, double damage. Dice your damage. 3, okay, for a total of 6 damage. 6 as a chest wound onto this guy. Becomes a... And then dead in... Let me double check the crits. Turns, not rounds. Okay. Alright, that's the first missile fire. We have Acromede attacking once, Scorpius moving up to attack. Acromede, roll your first attack as you do have initiative this round against these things.
Hit.
Don't they have 3 attacks though?
These things? No. They just bite. Like there are
I
3 of
hit
them
for,
attacking.
I hit for 20 hit points. I'm
20,
sorry, 18. Hey, son. 18 hit
18.
points.
Okay.
How you doing?
Let's see if these things have morale to hold. Huh. It holds. Who'd have thought? Alright, Acromede, you do 18. Now, these things are attacking. And they again go for those bites, and again, all 3 of them miss. Alright. Borgov, Dorez, and Umbra, at this point, roll your final hits. As Scorpius, you've drawn your weapons and are moved up.
Nope.
6 at 6th is a fail. 10 at 7, let me check. That is sufficient. Dice your damage, Dorez. Borgov, that is a 9 at 4th, that is a miss. So Dorez, dice your damage. Dorez, dice your damage, that's a hit. Okay, duly noted. Okay. New.
Wait. I thought a 10 at 7th level didn't hit.
Did it hit one of the
Dungeon
big
Master.
ones or this one? Yeah, huh?
Dungeon Master.
I was.
He never specified a target, so he randomly determined.
I said closest on all of my shots.
Grills, you
It's
had a
still
question?
random.
Did you dice Jaziel's attacks?
I did not. Thank you, Grills. 5 hearts per.
Cool.
Alright, let's just do these 3-day 20s here. Miss, hit, maybe. Jaziel, you attack as that, and a that will hit that. That is a no. Okay, so Jaziel gets one of those swipes with his hooves off. For that much damage. Okay. That was this one here. Okay. Attack, attack, shoot, shoot. Borgov, Doras, and Scorpius. To switch weapons. Depends, what weapon are you switching to? Like, if you're switching to a crossbow, you can still fire it. If you're switching to a two-hander and then charging forward, that's it for the round.
If you switch from bowfire to your sword, you would forfeit your attack, because you still have to move up.
Alright, still waiting on Borgov and Dorez. Borgov forfeiting his attack to move in with the longsword. Dorez going for 3 attacks with his bow. Okay. So Borgov moving in longsword. Scorpius doing 3 attacks at Acromede, doing 2 attacks Jaziel. 3 attacks, okay. Reminder for myself there, obviously. Okay, 3 targets left. Let's see, shoot. And shoot, shoot, shoot. Okay, Dorez and Umbra, roll your first attacks.
Nope.
That is a miss. What was that? That was a 5? At 7th level, that is indeed a miss. Okay. Archery fire has failed. Scorpius and Jaziel do their first attacks. Roll to hit, Scorpius. Hit. Plus 2. That many damage versus this thing.
16 at
Nice.
what level on it? Okay, yes. 9th level.
16 at 9th is sufficient. You may dice your damage.
And
10 points of damage. Duly noted. Okay, these things are looking really damn wounded, but the morale somehow fucking holds. Okay, Chromite, at this point, your first attack.
Hit.
Dice damage.
16.
You kill it. And,
Yay.
yeah, that's minus 11 hit points there. And then its back splits open and a bunch of small ones crawl out.
For real.
For real.
Okay. By the
Nesting
way,
dolls.
man, disbelieving.
Disbelieve? Okay. Alright, well, you do not believe yourself to be under the effects of an illusion. Alright, that was a... Yeah, yeah. That's a few of them. I might have gone overboard. I'm gonna half that, actually. Yeah, that... Upon seeing it in combat, that's too many. 5 crawlouts. But they're pretty small, these guys. You could step on them small. Okay.
Get to stop
A,
it.
B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J. With but armor class that, and that many hit points. That's, fuck me. That many each. Give me a second. It's just nesting spiders all the way down. Just think of the XP, though. Okay, so Chromide, you've done that with your first attack. Let's take a look at things. Scorpius and Jaziel get second melee attacks, but before that, we're going to have Dorez do his second archery attack. Then Chromaide's second attack, and then Umbra and Dorez's third attacks. So yeah, Dorez, do your second archery attack, and then these things do their attacks. 7. Okay, that is a... Hold up, let me see that again. Yeah, 7 at 7th level? Or 6th level, my bad. 7 at 6, fail. Okay. These things
No,
attacks.
you were correct the first time. It is 7 at 7th.
Well, regardless, it is a miss. Also, you are Ultron right now. You are so robot-y. Okay, let's deal with these guys. 2d20s against Jaziel. Miss, miss. These guys don't have a fucking shot in tail. But all the little guys are trying to swarm around and bite Jaziel, and he's half-stepping on them as he going. He actually crushes one of them without realizing it. Let's see. That one did get a 20, though. I need to check. Can that thing even hit him at minus 8? No, a nat 20 isn't sufficient. Although we would penalize him because he's not phasing, but nah, fuck it. Not bothering. Alright, mark off that one. Alright, so this one is dead. Dead. Okay. Yeah. So, Scorpius and Jaziel go for their third attacks. Alright,
Third, I haven't even had my second.
Seconds. Sorry.
Second,
Damn.
I haven't had my first.
Yeah, you forfeited your thing.
Uh,
Okay, that many points of damage on that. It goes down. Scorpius, the one you're fighting. Dice your damage.
And
10. You kill that one too. And you know what? I'm feeling lazy here. I'm going to give a percentage that they weren't holding. Oh, actually, that one failed. That one succeeded, though. And
Okay,
6
so now...
more tinies crawl out.
So at this point, we've got a whole bunch of little tiny ones.
Mm-hmm.
And one that's roped up.
Yeah, a big one that's roped up. The tiny ones are like, yeah.
Okay, so, we're gonna just stomp on the little tiny ones.
Right, the little ankle biters. Like, they're about the size of your foot, but they aren't very fast, and they aren't very strong either. Like, one of them actually bit Jaziel. You saw it clink against the armor, and it just failed.
Okay.
So yeah, you're
did
just
it break
stomping
its
on them.
fangs? Wait, doesn't Giselle have stone skin though?
Chromie, mark off one stone skin for Jaziel.
Oh.
Sorry.
Okay.
Splitting spiders. Good times. Alright, you will crush them all. More or less. So, like, you think one or two of them might have scurried away, and, the big guy is still there, and you're not crushing him unless you get Atlas to come step on him with his big old foot.
You think maybe we could just drag that one to the meeting place and offer it to them?
That thing's pretty damn big to be dragging.
It's also bigger than they are.
Yeah, but it's roped up.
No, I think we should just kill it.
Okay.
So, Scorpius, if
Yeah.
you would do the honors, but not just yet. So, everyone else, please gather around where these little ones come out of its backside from. Hopefully, we won't have to fight them. On the count of 3, Scorpius, please end its suffering. And 1, 2, 3, casting Dungeon Master.
What are you casting?
Sleep.
Sleep. Oh, clever little you. Okay, sleep has a casting time of... Let me check.
1 segment.
1 segment, yeah.
Scorpius would, I guess, stab its head and then back away.
Alright, so you're stabbing its head. You don't need to roll to hit. You will auto-kill it because, it's a fucking tied-up giant spider-ass bitch.
And then may I light a torch?
We're gonna get to that because now I need to determine if sleep's gonna work. I mean, it should
Okay.
work if everything I know is correct here, but I need to check. Fucking where is... This is the player's handbook, yes. Spells, sleep, magic user, first level. Down here, there we go. Okay, range, duration, area of effect special. Okay, you can affect roll me 2, die 4, which should be sufficient, but on the off chance you get 2 and it spews out more than 2. Within a 3/10 of yards diameter circle, so you're centering it on that, it will affect them first and shouldn't affect you all.
I got 2 1s.
Oof. Well, we'll see how many come spewing out, because the medium-sized ones, there aren't that many. Okay. Roll time. 2 of them came spewing out, and then they went to sleep. These are the man-sized ones. Maybe 5 feet long.
So these 2 came spewing out, and I knocked them out.
Yeah?
So, party, have the honors. Put them out of their misery, and then we can stomp on whatever comes out of them.
Alright, party. Are you doing such?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm trying not to be the kill hog.
O, E, R, S, T, U, and V come spewing out. 9 of the small spiders spew out of the 2 bigger spiders, and you kill them.
All of them.
Yes,
If
kill
you
the
book
buggers.
in action for the round, you have Scorpio.
Yep.
So what about pizza? I haven't opened those yet. So guarding them. So guarding.
I'm
So
just
they
marking
should-
it down.
They should, since I
Not
didn't
till I
ask
open
for-
them.
Did I miss any?
Looking for daggers he
Open one of the
threw.
other canister.
Yeah, I
Scorpius.
don't think I missed.
Standard
maybe
saving
one.
throw, Scorpius. Give me a second to update my XP calc. Unless you all don't want full XP for this, in which case I'm fine. Alright.
Okay, I was dealing for Junior. Dealing with Junior, what did I miss?
You auto-killed them all,
Yeah.
essentially. You did good there, Grills.
Alright,
Okay.
so
I
all
roll to
mine
find?
save.
Do I roll to find my arrows?
So, okay, first off, those of you that have, those of you that have made hits with your arrows, they save on a 6 or better on a saving throw. Like Scorpius retrieved all 4 daggers because everyone rolled higher than a 6. For those of you that shot your things and don't know where they went, tell me the number. Borgov, how many did you shoot that missed?
3 missed.
Alright, so... just looking around casually, you don't see any of them. Dorez, let's handle you. Dorez, you find one of them. It didn't miss by too much. The others, you don't know. Umbra, how
I
about you?
also missed 3.
Alright. Well, Umbra, you look around and you don't find any.
I'll look a little harder.
You're looking a bit harder. Okay, that means you're going to spend some time searching.
Yeah.
Alright. You will find one of them. Okay, in the meantime, actions of the round. Retrieves a torch, lighting it on fire with flint and steel, looking for daggers he threw. Okay. Guys, it's not nighttime yet, by the way. So, Scorpius, if you want to redact that torch, you don't need the light to see by.
Oh, okay.
I'll also I can roll those myself.
Now, for those of you that did hits, it's a d6. If it saves, it saves.
You mean a
Otherwise,
D20?
a d20. It saves on a 6. Brain.
Where
Yeah,
am I
Umber, one of
going?
those fails. Borgov, that succeeds.
Borgov also looks around. Where's arrows?
Alright, you're looking around for your arrows.
Oh well.
How did you lose 3 Doras?
Yeah, we're gonna adjust that.
Yeah, you missed 3. You rolled for 3 and you only lost 1.
I'm gonna go for a couple of drags while y'all figure out the details.
Or were you rolling to find them? I'm confused. Yeah, just ignore me. I'm high.
You're high?
Yeah, I just ate the other half of my pill.
Mm. Okay, good old Russian nesting dolls. So, party, new. That's loud.
That's sorry.
No, my thing, what I just played was louder. Okay, Borgov, you are still searching for 3. Okay, well, we gotta wait and make sure Chromie doesn't like, guys, it's arrows. Restock at my keep, but assuming you do, I know the results.
Listening to him.
Yeah.
Okay,
So yeah.
Okay, Borgov, you will find one of them very quickly, so you can recover that one. Getting back on the wagon. Now that fight took that many things. I thought it was a fun idea for a monster. About 3 months ago,
It's a
I
good
had the
idea.
idea for it and just kind of sat on it.
I may or may not steal it.
Go for it. It's one of the ones that looks scarier than it is because it's like, oh fuck, that split. The split is pretty weak, and then the other split is even weaker. You can auto kill that if you
Like,
really wanted to.
yeah, it's like slimes in Minecraft. It's like
That
oh
was the
god,
inspiration.
there's 4 medium slimes. And then you're like, oh, there's like 20 small slimes, but they're punchable and they die.
And they don't really do damage, yeah. Yeah, no,
It's
I
like,
was
oh,
fighting
yeah.
some magma slimes on the nether while I was slabbing it over for my mob farm at the Wither Skeleton farm. And it was like, oh, this would be awesome as an enemy, because we just did that episode with the spiders in that place with Xavier, and it was like, but what if the spiders did this? And,
Remember, he could have gave him poison.
yeah, I did not give them poison. I
That
thought
would have
that
been
might be
strong.
because then, like, okay, you kill some of them, you're, Grant the Great Swordsman, and then you're surrounded by a bunch of little guys that all have a chance to poison you. Fuck that. No. Not as a random road time encounter. You gotta delve into the spider den if you want to get that many bullshit poison attacks per round. Alright.
I mean, you still have to be able to hit your AC, though.
This is true, but when there's enough of them, it only takes 120 to really wreck shit up, because, like, a 20 counts 6 steps higher than it normally would.
Stone skin.
That would be the counter, but then again, there are 20 of them attacking you.
Yeah. Oh,
So,
yeah, so many.
already getting up and moving on. Borgov, I assume at this point you've recovered that one. You're gonna mount up at this point. Kuromid, you've recalled your rope.
Okay. Following the group's lead.
Alright. And just because I'm a nice guy, no, you did not get the 1% chance of finding another. Alright, party, continuing on to the rendezvous.
Yes.
Okay, do you have
Let's
another
just go
encounter?
back invisible.
Going back invisible, okay. Party, you will make it to the rendezvous without further encounter that you are
Okay.
aware of.
Okay, when we get close to the rendezvous point, I'm going to slow down a little, and we're getting close, but they may be invisible.
They were.
And yes, they might be invisible still. Anyhow, I'll get that red cloth out. No, I won't. They'll know it's me.
No, it was the other half orc with the double crossbow on a nightmare.
Yeah.
Very common mistake. Okay. Yeah, so, party people, y'all are keeping an eye out for Invis, obviously, but, well, that's hard to do. Crowmead, you don't see them, but you have a rough idea of where they should be based on the thing, and as y'all start to get closer, you'll hear clicking of their mandibles directed
Okay, I'll
towards you.
pull up the party to halt.
Party, one of the Urania from earlier does indeed phase into the visible spectrum. It's a respectable distance away, not trying to jump scare y'all, and it was directly in front where y'all were looking. And yeah, it sees the animals you have in tow, which I've had y'all pitch those up to the back wagon type of deal.
Right.
And, the animals are of course free giant spider. Are we role playing this out or just going through it quickly?
Kind of go through it quickly, hail the thing.
It does indeed have a red armband deal.
Okay. And I'll explain I brought red cloth if it needs more.
They will graciously accept it.
Okay.
Graciously,
and,
as a spider could.
And of course the animals that I brought for them.
Okay.
And
yeah, they have the gold, and they will hand over a sack bulging with gold coins.
I believe we had questions for them, didn't we?
hey, how much gold was that again, Dungeon Master?
150.
150.
You
They had
scalped
information
them
for us
hard.
as well.
Hey. Not too hard, considering they can't exactly walk into Renvera and buy this shit on their own.
Hello, I would like to buy a cow. Click, 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 click. Yeah. Well, party. After the exchange, Umbra apparently has questions. Oh, I just died. Lost.
Info that we were gonna ask. I don't remember exactly what it was, though. I remember I made a point and we were gonna do it, and we didn't. And now I don't remember what it was.
Oof.
And ask them if they're going to be picking up patrols in my area anytime soon.
Okay, so I cut out at the beginning there, but I caught that. Crowmead, they're willing to do those patrols, if you will. If there's a small, easy threat like a single goblin, they'll handle it.
Sure.
Bigger shit, they'll let you know about it, so you can handle it. And, we'll keep to our territories, red armbands. Should work out fine.
There we go.
The web mother is interested at a later date, if you wish, to exchange of spells, but that will have to be carefully done.
Yes, agreed. Very carefully.
But she is
Can you
open.
tell them about the other spiders we killed?
Yeah, we'll tell them about those things that we fought down the road.
They'll mention they knew about that type of spider existing. They're familiar with the various spider types. They call them splitters or multi-spiders. Not very bright. Fire is very good against them.
Okay.
Well, their carcasses are back there, and you know the drill. If you want to go eat them, I don't know what you do.
They probably use them for bait more than anything.
Spider eats spider? Does elf eat elf?
Depends on the elf.
Sometimes.
Was joking. Am terrified now.
I know a few spiders that eat themselves.
Appreciate the
Anyhow,
information.
of course. Okay.
Oh, one piece of information. Cat seems to have gone underground or disappeared. No longer in his normal spots.
Good to know. Good to know.
Scorpius has a mini heart attack.
Alright.
All right.
Well, unless you have any further requests of the spiders, they're going to take their livestock and head on out. They are not sticking to the road like I assume you all will, unless you're coming back with them, which, they're not going back to your keep.
Now we're going to continue on our course.
Okay. Following the path as you normally do.
Yep.
Okay, give me a second. Yeah, here's the DM map.
So y'all gotta love the fact I used that sleep spell, since Scorpius and Umbra aren't affected by that shit like 90% of the time.
Mm-hmm.
And Borgov is dwarven, so it probably would have rolled off of him.
Mic check, y'all can hear me?
Yes.
Okay, no, Discord was lagging hard for a second. Okay, no encounters until you get to the east sign. Party, it's starting to get to nightfall.
Okay.
You all continuing at this point, or stopping to make camp at the side of the road?
We've all got infravision, but we're probably hungry.
Yes, you are hungry. It's dinner time.
So, yeah. So I'm gonna call a halt for the party to eat.
Oh yeah, party, I should note earlier, I forgot to mention this and I apologize. There were definitely invisible spiders. Once the exchange had happened, you heard them moving around, and several of the leads that were attached to the animals you handed over were just floating and being tugged by the bigger spiders, and the animals were freaking out, obviously. But yeah, there was an entourage there. Only one of them was visible. Because spiders have invisibility in their spellbook. Hee hee hee. So, party, stop and eat lunch, or eating lunch in the form of rations as you travel?
Dinner.
Dinner.
We're gonna stop for dinner. That way, since we're losing daylight, our infravision can adjust while we're more or less stationary.
Okay. You'll
And
stop.
we've no longer got that big number of smallish animals in tow. So
Hopefully
I think the
less
only thing we're towing is one horse.
Uh-huh.
Okay. But we're still a pretty long train.
Alright, so you'll stop, and at this point you're by the east sign, so you'll be able to turn and head north and begin the march towards the Chronicles Keep. How fast is the party moving now that nighttime has kicked in and it is infravision?
2 miles an hour.
2 miles an hour, okay. Well, the journey is a bit unnerving. On one hand, you've gone through this part many times before, but that was always during the daylight. The stars shine differently at night. It's a lovely thing. But hours creep by as you march on, and you all start to get kind of tired for a bit, and it's like, nah, push on. We got warm beds, or beds at least, waiting for us. And y'all are burning to midnight and then past some, you realize.
Okay.
So let's see, that is that many hours. Put you there to there on day 69. Nice. But party, you will indeed make it to a Chronicles Keep without being molested by anything else that you're aware of.
Okay, companions, see to the horses. And let's see, the stuff on the wagons, none of that's perishable. But I will grab a toy.
Grabbing a toy.
Grabbing a toy.
Alright. It's like 2 in the morning. Y'all are dead tired.
Grab a toy, help them with the horses. Because, let's see, I believe we have a total of... Wait. Scorpius wagon is pulled by camels, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
So 2 camels and 5 horses to see to. But that's still, we can make short work of that. Oh, that was the other thing I got. Remember, it was wood for building the stables with. Yeah. Okay. So, we're not going to unload the wagons. We're just going to see to the animals, and then we will go inside.
Okay.
Yeah, I was hoping you would do that. When you said happy day, my first thought was like, okay. Surprised you didn't do that in the first place.
Honestly, it didn't occur to me.
I thought that was your first thought.
Nah.
Yeah.
Okay, well, party will get these various tasks accomplished. At this point, what are you all doing?
After we're all inside, secure the door, and yeah, head for our individual rooms and get some sleep.
I can't type. Okay, let's see. Crowmate, of course, this is like 2 a.m., so you know that you'll creep into bed, and Kasam's like half awake at the noise and so on and so forth. I'm not role playing it out right now.
Yeah.
Relieved to see you, exhausted. Like I was not expecting you at 2 in the morning, but okay, cool.
Yeah.
All right, and let's do those dice rolls. Good news is like it's barely needs to be checked. You've got patrols now.
DM,
Yeah, huh?
I am getting a little tired.
You're getting a little tired. It's only 10 p.m. Do you want to tap out in the elevator?
He has school.
That's true. Vader, if you want to tap out, I'll have Borgov go NPC.
Thanks.
Alright, you have a good night, man. We love you.
Good night, Vader. Sleep well.
Sleep well, all.
Now, do the people of Denalia do Happy Happy Day, or is it just Happy Day? These questions shall plague humanity until the end of time. Okay, also, Aiden, that was very funny, thank you. Alright, well, people, Borgov will be NPCs slash sleeping sickness. I keep saying seeping. Okay. Let's see. Morning comes, light shines upon Denalia, and you all did not have any encounters that you were aware of. Kassan gets up and starts making breakfast.
Okay. Routine stuff. Play with the baby while they fix the breakfast.
Chromade, when you poke your head outside at some point, you'll notice Jaziel isn't there quite as much, but later on you'll poke your head out and he's back. Yeah, he took a bit more time because you all took a bit more of his time, and it's like give-take deal.
That's fine.
Okay, play with baby, breakfast. Umbra, you helping Kassan?
Yep.
Alright.
Girls, what did you all buy?
Let's see. There was feed for the animals, the horses and the camels, the 2 wagons, the 4 horses, of course, a bunch of glass containers, the red cloth for the arachne, and some toys. And one of the wagons is full of lumber for building something for the horses and camels.
We did give them the red cloth, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So that way they've got enough that they can make a little flag, and they can all have little armbands. So the party knows that if you see one of those spider people with a red armband on, it's an ally. If you see one that ain't got an armband on, well, yeah, that's questionable.
What if we see a random animal with an armband on?
A random animal?
A random creature.
Yeah, don't know about that shit.
Yeah. That's gonna be weird. I feel like that's
I crack myself up.
And the horses.
Oh yeah, I obviously would like during cooking tell Kassan like, "Hey, me and Scorpius are getting married," type of thing. It's like, "Oh yeah, that's happening."
Well, she will congratulate y'all, and girls, you can take it from there if there's anything else she would say.
Oh, when are you due?
Oh, damn. That's a good point, actually. What day is it? Day 69? Nice. Okay.
Okay, so Dungeon Master, after we've all had breakfast, and I can see from Dora's and Scorpius' actions that they're going to see to the camels and the horses and moving materials inside and whatnot there.
Mm-hmm.
So after we've all had breakfast and whatnot, I'm going to recruit anybody who's not busy in the kitchen or playing with the baby to finish what Scorpius started, making sure we've got all the inside stuff inside. And when that is done, we will begin constructing with said lumber and building supplies that I got. So, it's not going to be huge, but it's going to be, it'll be a roof to keep them out of the sun, with like stable walls and at least some kind of gate or if nothing else, we put a rope across it, that way they don't wander off. Because it's not like there's a lot of grazing opportunities out here for any of the animals.
This
And
is true.
depending on how much lumber there was, it is going to affect whether we can build full-size gates and all that stuff. I'll probably have to get more and improve it slowly. But at least now they will be in a contained area with shade kind of deal, and maybe a water trough, because that won't take a whole lot.
As for water, I'm sure like I could help.
Well, we've got a well. It's
Yeah,
just
yeah, but remember, I can just make water.
yeah.
It'll sure as hell make life a lot easier.
So,
yeah.
Dungeon Master, I'm thinking this is probably going to be an all-day affair. Of course, we'll stop and eat lunch from the keep supplies. And what do you think? Are we going to get this finished before we lose light?
You should probably be able to get it done during the day if everyone's helping it. Let's see. Split
Okay.
spiders are gonzo. Let me move on to... Hey, these things! I forgot about them.
Did we lose?
Helping what now?
We lost Dora's. And he's back.
Helping with what?
Build the stable for the camels and the horses.
Give me a second. Y'all got an encounter. Wouldn't you believe it? Not a knoll. Where is it? Is that it? There it is. Good movement speed. Okay, well, party, y'all are, Acromede is recruiting people to, help with the build effort. You've got Borgov, and he isn't exactly climbing up to build a roofing for it, but he's there at the bottom helping.
Right.
Scorpius, Umbra, Dorez, you all helping Acromede with this?
Yeah.
Alright. Well, assuming everyone helps, yeah, y'all should be able to bang this one out by the end of the day.
Good.
Okay. That being said, y'all are gonna get about... here. Damn. Only about a half hour started. Y'all are still getting shit together when perception checks, party.
By 9.
I make it.
And by many.
Dora has no. You're deep in
No.
work. Scorpius 9,
Thank you.
and Borgov just slumps over and sneezes or whatever he's doing. Okay, those of you that made your perception checks, you will hear the sound of laughter. Not human. Acroromede, Umbra, Scorpius, you recognize the laughter of a Hyendron.
Oh, good. Look for the source.
They're
Go
about...
invisible.
Alright, Scorpius, you're going invis. So the
There's no way of
Hyendrons are about 300 or so yards away. The way the desert is, you know, how flat everything is, it's easy for you to see them heal. And yeah, there's a pack of them, maybe 4 or 5. 5, in fact, now that you've stopped to take a better look. And yeah, you hear their laughter as they move pretty steadily towards your general direction,
300 yards?
roughly.
Okay.
Oh,
So,
shoot an arrow. Maybe I can just scare them off.
No, don't shoot. Don't waste your arrow.
so Scorpius, you went invisible. What are you doing?
Waiting for Bossman to do his magic.
Okay, well, Chromede, what are you doing?
I'm acting nonchalant and waiting for him to get closer.
At what range will you engage as they start to move closer and closer? They do that thing hyenas do where it's like, oh, I'm close now, and then they back off a bit for a bit, and they circle, and then they come closer, and they're inching their way towards y'all, laughing and giggling in the way hyenas do.
Yeah, because they don't know what's coming.
No, they don't. They're fucking stupid animals. So,
Well,
how close are you gonna let them get?
about 180 yards.
180 yards translates to... That's within the range of... Oh, wait, hold on. 300 yards. Yeah, okay. So they close about half the distance between the two of yous. Alright, well, they'll have hit that point.
Fireball.
Fireball. Okay, dice your damage.
Let's see, 6, 7, 8, 9.
Alright, they all get to save for half, of course. 5 d20s. Yes, 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 no, no.
10,
Actually, they save as fighters. Let me double check that.
26.
Versus spells, they save on a 14, yeah.
31 hit points of damage.
31, okay. Well, Chromede, you start the casting thingy, 31 points of damage, and it's... Fireball shoots out and impacts. Okay, this guy, dead even after saving for half. This guy failed his save, dead. This guy, saved for half, is not dead, but will definitely need a morale check. Let's see, 31 divided by 2 would become 15 and a half. We're going to round that to 16. Yeah, morale check after system shock. This guy, same deal. And this guy failed his save, dead. Okay, 5 became 2, and 2... That guy fails his system shock and falls to the ground. And this guy fucking turns and runs while 4 of them are on the ground on fire.
There we
Not
go.
also on fire?
Oh, it's on fire too, but it's like running. It managed to like twist and jump to avoid the
Crossbow.
blast. And... Crossbow, okay, roll to hit. Now that is
Do I
100...
get the bonus of 4? No.
No.
Okay. $18.
You miss. Bolt goes into the ground well away from it, because 180 yards is several hundred feet, and a medium or light crossbow cannot hit that range.
I have a heavy.
Heavy crossbow still cannot hit that range.
What?
No?
I'm gonna check.
Let me check out, actually. Because maybe a heavy crossbow could. Combined weapons table.
Crossbow, heavy. Long range for a heavy crossbow, but that has a penalty of 5, is 240 yards.
Oh, that's a good point. Okay, so let me look at
And
that
you
then.
said they were, what, 150?
180. Okay,
So
so
that's
you're at
still
long
medium.
range.
That's still medium range, which is 160 yards to 240, or
Okay.
yeah, to
My bad then.
240.
I apologize. Okay, so medium range means a penalty of 2, plus you're invisible is a penalty of another 2. And like you were not invis beforehand, it's not really expecting the missile fire, but it's also running for its fucking life. So, all right, that at that level. What level do you attack at with the crossbow? 6th. That's sufficient to hit that armor class. I'm correct about you attacking at 6th, right? Oh, actually, I think that hits. Dice your damage. Nice. For 1
1
damage.
damage.
All
Oh
right,
well.
that Hyendron, it has a thing sticking out of its ass as it flees. Well done. Are you pursuing it in any way or letting it run?
Letting it run.
All
Yeah,
right.
I think maximum range for a heavy crossbow is something like 300 yards.
Oh, when they first appeared. Well, not appeared, but when you first heard them. All right, I apologize. I'm gonna need to double check my ranges in the future. Okay, so
Dungeon Master, do I recognize these as the same one as from before or a different pack altogether?
dice percentage.
Probably a different pack.
I mean, what are the odds? Would I really have just saved them to the side and oh
3.
my goodness, they looked like they were the same ones?
Not anymore.
Yeah, now they're the dead ones, except for that one who probably isn't coming back anywhere near y'all ever.
Let's track it down.
I mean, hey, you can if you want.
Yeah.
Is that what you want to do?
If y'all want to, I don't think you need my assistance in killing a badly burnt and wounded Hyena and I really do want to get this built for the thing.
I was just joking.
Finally, take that off my quick list. Do you have any idea how long that's lived there and I kept forgetting about it? Too long. Scorpius, take 10 XP.
Yes, you killed them very well, Scorpius.
Let me have my moment, boss. Let me have my moment.
Scorpius, your comment will go unheard because you are indeed inaudible at this time.
No, because I hit, I'm
Oh, that's right.
visible.
Never mind. Man, I'm sorry, guys. I'm trying to keep all the pieces moving, but sometimes it's hard to keep everything in order.
Oh, I know.
Yeah, you do. 17 fucking members of the party. Alright, I assume you all are continuing. We'll stop for lunch and shit.
Yes, we'll stop when we get hungry.
Hey guys, you can't roll a 1d2 minus sign. That's not a real number.
Ember will help with cooking, of course, whenever they're taking breaks.
See? Told you.
Trust but verify.
Trust but verify. Alright, that hyena is gonna go fucking die to a scorpion or something. It's gone. I've deleted it from existence.
Well, even if it recovered,
It ain't coming back.
It would never come back, and it might join up with other hyenas, but it ain't coming back here. No.
Maybe at some point, if y'all are hunting down a pack of hyenas, you'll see one that has an old wound on its ass, and it'll be like, I told you, bitch.
Burn scars.
Burn scars and patches.
It starts running from you guys.
Yeah, it takes one look, and its giggles turn into screams as it runs the other way.
Won't laugh anymore, bitch.
Yeah, alright. Anyway, y'all will spend the day constructing this thing and making sure it's good. And hey, y'all have stabling for 5 how many animals were you stabling?
6.
6.
No, 7. Enough for 7.
Alright. Akroromid, I'm relying on you to mark down that you have a stable for 7 animals, which is horses / camels / Jazeel.
No, not Jazeel.
Not Jazeel?
Okay, there's the 2 camels of Scorpius.
Okay.
The 4 horses for my 2 wagons. And then
Borgoth.
Borgoth has a horse. So yeah, we'd probably make it big enough to accommodate 8, just because, you tend to pair them up.
Yeah.
And yeah, obviously, if Jaziel wanted to step out of the sun into the shade, but I don't think he's really bothered by the normal heat.
No, not usually. Something fire.
Yeah. And if
All
he
right,
really wants to get in out of the sun, I mean, he could just phase, come through the walls, and be inside.
honey. Jaziel is in the. He, yeah.
Jaziel's in the kitchen again.
What you need, chap?
uh,
Jaziel's in the cabinet for some reason again.
So, Bossman, when do you think me and Sathis can get our own nightmares? It will hell or whatever. I don't know what the I'm a
When can we get more nightmares?
mm,
You know what? That's a question you should ask Jaziel if he has any compatriots that are willing to join our band. I don't know that they're a very sociable lot, though.
all right.
do I see Giselle?
At this time, it's daytime. Normally, Jaziel's there with y'all, but since y'all are lounging around, he's just kind of lounging around too. Maybe he disappeared into the kitchen to grab something from the pantry. Otherwise, yeah.
Now, see,
Giselle,
that's not a problem if he goes in there because Kassan has the medallion of ESP. What do you
Uh,
need? You know?
all right. So, Scorpius, you're talking to Jaziel. He'll,
I
give you a look.
do you have friends?
He gives like a pointed look towards a Chromede, and then back to you, and then back to a Chromede.
Well, obviously he has friends. We're friends, but
Subtle nod at that.
I think you mean to ask, do you know other nightmares, Jaziel?
How hard do I need to make this for you all? Chromid, how much more time before you break out the crystal ball or ask Kassan for the medallion? Otherwise, we're playing a yes or no game, really. Like, do you want to do 20 questions?
To speed it up, I'll go get the crystal ball.
Alright, so, crystal ball wise, yeah, nightmares. They're somewhat sociable, but very territorial and asshole-like, and he's technically a social outcast. See, nightmares, it's like either wandering around as a free wild animal, or you've been subjugated, or rather commanded by a death knight. He's kind of an oddity. You're not a death knight, but the same things apply there, in which case they're pretty solitary, the steeds of death knights. Well done. So in terms of nightmares that he could convince to work for y'all, that's going to be a big no, boss. But hey, he will say that if y'all get marked for death by the god of death again, maybe you could do the same thing you did with him. Just convince them to work for you instead.
Dungeon Master, what was the death god's name again?
Dactarine, god of death.
Dactarine, thank you. I've got it wrote down. I was just too lazy, and I knew you'd know your own god's names.
Yeah,
Okay.
Didn't you talk to Doctor at one point?
Yeah, they had a nice palaver over breakfast.
Yes. I still have the bowl that
If you throw away that bowl, you're an idiot. That's been touched by a god.
I know.
It's a bowl +3.
So yeah,
Plus
Dungeon Master,
5 bowl.
I will relate Jaziel's words verbatim, and I'll serve as the interpreter between Scorpius and Jaziel for that exchange. What? Death Knights? No. Dactarine and I have an agreement. They won't come looking for me, and I won't go hunting them down.
I mean, maybe I will bump into Melvin at some point. Alright, well, party, at this point this is roleplay until the end of the day, so when y'all are done, we'll move time forward. While y'all are roleplaying, though, I am going to go get a water from upstairs, so it'll take me a minute.
I'm going to go get a couple of drags real quick. Woohoo!
I say we go higher. We get a dragon instead of a nightmare. It's the best idea.
Oh, the party wants a dragon. Okay. What page of the Monster Manual was that on again?
Looks at me, so I done get my fireball ugly bird mount. I done get my egg of the six-legged croc, and now I done get a nightmare.
I mean, technically, y'all can try and find the Cystic and go get your six-legged mount from them.
Can't. They've been destroyed.
When was that ever
That's what it
confirmed?
was. We were. The spiders said they knew where some were. That's what I remembered was gonna ask.
Oh.
Hmm.
Well, hopefully
That's
the next time one of their patrols comes close by, we'll remember it then.
Ooh,
Now,
Aiden, how do you feel about Tiamat? 16 hit dice, armor class 0, 5 heads with different abilities for each head.
I'm not.
Yeah, that one. Because I could throw that
What
at you if you'd
color?
like.
What color is it?
Chromatic, all of them.
it is the chromatic dragon. It has 5 heads.
Rainbow dragon.
One is white, one is green, one is blue, one is black, one is red.
Rainbow.
Hmm.
to be fair. That'd be one hell of a mount.
To be fair, if you manage to mount that thing and subjugate it to your will, you fucking own the campaign now. You're legally the DM.
Yeah, you just retire that character because gods are going to nod in respect to you.
So yeah, you want me to throw that at you, Aiden? Because I mean, I could arrange that. Okay, duly
Why don't
noted.
you try a regular dragon first and then, baby steps?
Work
I
your
mean,
way
to
in.
be fair, right? Dragons are coming back to Denalia, apparently. Somewhat.
Okay, now, party, I know that Vader isn't with us, but I'm sure this is something he's expressed in the past, as you all have. So what Coromid wants to do at this time is set up a rotation because you all have wanted tutoring. Now, some of you, because of your stacked proficiencies, are actually attacking at a higher level than I am. But I'm still the highest level fighter, which means I've got more skills.
What, an 8th level?
Yeah.
I'm
But
just
for
catching
example,
up.
I am better with the bastard sword than you are. But
Sure.
you're better at being a fighter than I am. It's kind of how it goes.
So,
Aiden, you totally didn't just inspire the next encounter, thank you.
guys, I want to set up like a rotation. Right into battle on Pride Dragon. Yeah. Yeah, Tiamat. She's a bitch. Oh, and don't forget her 5 consorts that she keeps close at hand. 1 male dragon of largest size and age category, and all are spell using. So, yeah, you don't eat 1 bean, you got to tackle the whole burrito.
Multiple mounts.
And that's more than my rope can handle. Okay.
Multiple ropes.
Mm-hmm.
So, for Dorez and Brogov, I believe it's fighter training. Huh?
Gorgoth.
Orgov, yeah.
You did say Brogov, but same difference.
Oh, okay. Actually, they could probably get their fighter training from Scorpius and Umbra.
Plus,
Umbra would
he'll
be
be
willing.
having his nose in the book.
That's the other thing. I've got to tutor Scorpius and Kassan.
Whenever Umbra is not with Kassan, she'll be, or Scorpius, she'll be training with those two.
Okay.
You can teach them.
So, Dungeon Master, I'm thinking if I spend. Because who all needs tutelage in the thief skills? Scorpius and. Is it Doras or Borgov?
Whereas,
Doras. So if I do 3 days in fighter sparring and tutelage, 4 days with Scorpius and Kassan, and 2 days with the thief people, that's going to eat up 9 days right there.
Mm.
Is the party agreeable to this?
Think I have anything I want to do? Other than making sure everyone's back to full health. I can help with filling the water troughs, with create water if we ever need that.
Okay.
Anything I would do.
Okay, Lydia, I was asking if the party was agreeable to the downtime for training. It's going to come out to 9 days for tutoring people in thief skills, magic users, and fighters. 9 days. But then I want to try and get Ivard's Black Tentacles, and I don't know how long that's going to take me. Not even 9 days for tutoring.
9 days
And
for
then-
tutoring.
And then however much for me to get that spell. Now, if y'all want me to devote more time to tutoring, and I can try for 2 spells. So, as I said, 2 months total, and sure. Okay.
I mean, it's your choice, man.
Okay, so Dungeon Master, I know you're going to still have to roll for the occasional encounters.
Mm-hmm.
But now we do have some patrols in the area. We have eliminated most of the heavy monsters that we're aware of. We are taking good precautions at night. So yeah, in that case, we're gonna take 2 months, and it's gonna be all tutoring except for the time I need for spells.
Wait, are we
Okay.
actually taking 2 months?
I can
That's
roll with
what
this.
Lydia prompted up there.
I would like to not go for 2 months.
Well, how much time are you comfortable with?
Like 2 months. I didn't think we were actually gonna skip that much because I had like I don't know.
Just think, if you're pregnant, you'll actually start showing.
Yeah. I was expecting us to go back to the place so we could get like I don't know.
Didn't we say that
I guess I
we
just
need to
wasn't
go
really
to
expecting 2 months.
the other place to get masons?
Yeah, for supplies, but also just like I want to go to my temple to set up marriage stuff.
All right, then let's try managing it this way. We do it in 1 week jumps.
Okay.
Because I've already figured out the first 9 days just to get you on the right track, and that's no spells for me. And we go to the city once a week. We get there, because it's just about nightfall when we get there.
Isn't it like
So-
6?
Let me tell you, that was a fun one to decide.
Okay. So once per week we go. We take 2 wagons, empty, and we bring them back full.
Okay, so party. From what I'm hearing, we're gonna go for the next 6 days with various trainings at the Coromid.
Yes.
I'm gonna message you something more.
Yeah, message me any specifics you'd like to work on. Otherwise, just I'm assuming a general thief skills training. Read languages. Okay, you're not teaching read languages, I'm assuming. But find, set, remove traps, move silently, hide in shadows, yada yada yada.
Yeah. Traps, blocks, movement, hiding.
Alright, so for those who are practicing with the Coromid those skills, let me know if you'd like to put points in. At night, spend one. Okay.
Yeah, you might want to make a note to ask Vader, since I don't remember if he's got thief skills or not.
He does.
Borgov is.
Okay.
Well, I thought Borgov was only a fighter.
Actually, hold on. Wait, you're right. Let me check. Yeah, no, he was training though.
Because he asked Torres to teach him in open locks, which would we assume that he is going to be asking Torres or Cormid about that as well?
Give me a second.
Okay.
And Dungeon Master, I do have at least one high-quality lock that they could practice on.
Mm-hmm. 2 bags slowly over the time make Lightstone's coins. I don't care how many you will let me have, so that's kind of up to you. Okay, Grills, we get to have that discussion about spell limits per day, probably. Let me double check the continual light spell, though.
I wouldn't push myself to the max.
Okay. So, it's a 2nd level spell, which means 30 minutes to pray for it. It has a casting time of...
3rd level spell?
2nd level. Oh, actually, hold on. Yeah, that's right, because 3rd level, so it is 45 minutes to pray for. So yeah, to cast it, rememorize it, cast it, rememorize it. How many would you like to do per day?
I'll be doing this off and on, because we'll be doing like other stuff with other people. Obviously, Kasan stuff, hanging out there, doing training with them.
So, okay, what it boils down to is, how many of these do you reasonably expect to make in one day?
Actually, you know what? Hold on.
If you did 1 per day, that's just an hour or 45 minutes every day that you eat up doing it. 2 is an hour and a half. 4 is 3 hours.
Let's do 4 a day, maybe. Or, you know what? 2 a day. Let's just do 2 a day.
Training in these would be on top of primer book. Okay, Aiden, if you wish to apply up to... How long is this training session going for? 6 days? So 5% per thing makes sense.
It's going to be 6 days, but I'm splitting that up between people.
Dom disconnected.
Welcome back. Welcome back.
If I could do 2 to 4 coins a day.
2 to 4 coins a day. Which one is it? 2 or 4? Okay.
I'm guessing it'd range each day. That's why I was saying 2 to 4.
Okay, Dom, that's you. Okay. Okay, duly noted. That is that. Okay. 6 days. We're gonna start doing the rolls soon. Just give me a minute to go get some brainstorming shit pulled up.
Yeah, I'll do like 3 a day, if I can do that. And I'll buy like sizable bags so I can fit it in.
3 per day you will be able to do. And yeah, do you have bags right now to keep them in? Otherwise, I'm gonna have you keep them in your room.
I have a bag. I have like a pouch that I could fit him in for now. And then when we go for a supply run, I'll buy some bags.
Okay.
I'll,
Quickly
we'll
move
just
some
you know what?
information
Hold
I
on.
needed
We'll
up.
look up a sizable bag.
Dungeon Master, can I go ahead and mark down my rememorized spells that I hadn't done since the Hyena Dons?
You should be able to do that, yes.
Thank you.
Are we buying things at the place?
Okay, clear out that one. Clear out this one, and clear out that one, because that's more recent. Okay, so we're about to time skip 6 days for everyone to do their trainings and what have you.
How much would a large belt pouch like amount to?
Is that good with everyone?
I'm good with that.
Okay, 6 days. Okay, well, obviously the night of the first day when you all get back and get started, you finish construction of the stables that day. Nighttime passes, no encounters. Next morning, daytime passes without any encounters. That night of day 1, no encounters. Day 2. Day 2 is good. Day 3. Ooh, there is something on day 3. Alright, give me a second to adjust time. Day 71 in the morning. Actually, it would be 72. Day 3 of 6 time skip. Okay, it will be morning. Y'all will have eaten breakfast and gotten around to your trainings. Let's see, it's morning time. So, who is doing what where? I think we've got Grills having Coromid practice thief skills with Umbra and Dom at this time of day. Golden, you're working on your coins. Scorpius, that's right. Actually, give me a second, because that might not. I should adjust for that. Okay, never mind then. Sorry about that.
By the way, Dungeon Master, did we ever find out if that Cleric of the Wilds was in the area? Could he possibly stop by?
Y'all haven't bumped into him yet, and he has not sought you out if he is nearby.
Okay, because, not all encounters have to be hostile. In fact, that could be
Indeed.
friendly. Could be him or one of the Arachnia.
Yeah, no, the Arachnia will bump in from time to time. They actually give the every few days reports.
Okay. One day while they're over, could we ask about the people? The lizard people?
Sisthik. Alright, now, funny enough, Golden, you actually forgot I used that as an example, but funny enough, they bring it up. They saw a Sisthik scouting party, a couple of them on their giant six-legged lizards. Didn't look like they were moving into the area, just scouting around, figuring shit up. They went north. Looked too strong to engage. It was only one or two Sisthik patrolling, not Sisthik, one or two of the Arania patrolling invisibly, so they didn't try to engage. Although, if you have your boss man teach us that fireball spell...
Let the queen of the webs prefer an offer for trade for that fireball.
Best trade would be another spell. If you're willing to... We are willing to have you, and you alone, join us as we escort you to the web, where you may palaver directly with the queen.
I have urgent business to attend. It will be some time before I'm able to make the journey to discuss with your queen. But I will give you something in good faith. It's only good for once. Will you receive my spell?
What spell is it?
It is one you have probably never heard of. It is a protective spell.
We'll accept.
Alright, Dungeon Master, I'm going to cast and touch him. Give him a stone skin.
Okay, noted. That Arania has one stone skin on.
And
He's
I'm going
asking
to
what
tell-
exactly it does, because they do have a protective spell on.
This will make you invulnerable to the next attack.
Interesting.
But after that, it is gone. Its energies are spent.
But a one-time use. We have a similar spell, Armor. And Ikoro
Ah,
made you know the armor spell. Well, Grills, you know it. They will describe
yes,
that and say that if you do not have that, they are willing to trade for knowledge of your armor spell.
yes, yes. My spell is a much higher order. It will save your life, or at least save you from certain injury, but once.
But once. Alright, well, your gift is
Anyhow,
accepted, and I'll pass that on to the queen.
yes. So preferably a spell of the third order, as is Fireball, so that we are trading fairly.
Now, Grills, you know this. The level of spells that these things cast at.
Not off the top of my head.
Oh, really? I kind of had you figured that you had it memorized. There's a thing there. There's a reason they're having you talk to the queen. But
Yeah, I
that can
think.
wait.
Yeah. If they're
Alright.
anything like the hive brood,
Uh-huh.
then
Okay.
it's they're connected.
Alright, so last day about getting wood supplies, attempt to make second said about tanning the cat's hide. Yeah, no, cat's been very very what's it called? Okay, Aiden, feel free to message Grills your request over there. Okay, I'll roll some percentile dice to see how well you do there. Okay, Crowar made you palaver with those things and give that guy a stone skin. Let's see. I'm trying to run 3 different things here at once, and I really shouldn't. Alright, let's start one thing at a time here. Time. It was day 69, you all started the 6-day time skip, so day 75, and the night would be the end of it, which means day 6. Okay. Well, party, you all will get your 6 days time skip in. Scorpius, you know, you've said about starting the tanning process, but one thing I do know about tanning is it takes a while.
I have time.
You do. Elves have a very long pregnancy. Yeah, Acromade, Kasana's asking if you wish to bring back, like, some chickens or something, because she's thinking eggs might be an idea. We could build a small coup for them. Not a lot. I can't manage, like, hundreds of the things, obviously, but a few of them, maybe?
Certainly.
Is this at the kitchen table, or is
This
she
would
just...
be at one night at the table. Goodness, Scorpius, that would be far too many.
Now we're
I
talking
couldn't
maybe
reasonably manage that.
a half dozen to a dozen.
Yeah,
I'm
that
thinking.
range. Yeah, just get them some grain and some feed, and I can make a point of getting the eggs every morning and feeding them, and it shouldn't be too much strain.
Girls, Mead knows tailoring.
He knows how to sew.
Would he be willing to teach Scorpius?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay.
That is a common part of the apprenticeship for any magic users, learning how to sew and basic leather work.
Also be willing to teach Umbra.
Okay, so see, again, this is why we need 2 months, because I have so many skills, and y'all want them.
Well, this is more effect for the kid, more than the magic user part.
Okay, so somebody keep track. We need lumber. We need half a dozen chickens. We need chicken feed.
Oh, I would have informed Bossman of the contract. I completely forgot.
You did. Congratulations, Scorpius. That slipped your mind for like 7 days straight.
What's informed me of what?
Of the contracts that I took.
Okay.
I hear typing noises.
Yeah, I'm looking at.
I assume it's in DMs.
Yeah.
Okay.
Alright, he knows. I'm actually gonna say this out loud. Where would I find how much an item can hold?
There is standard encumbrance of certain items, so you're trying to figure out how many coins per bag?
Yeah. Oh, I'm trying to decide either
Alright.
between what pouches I want for what
Give me
I'm
a
doing.
second, because I actually stumbled onto this table. It's on the DM screen of all places, and somewhere in the
Is
DM
it
sheet
really
also.
on a? I'm surprised it
Well, it
wouldn't.
might
When
be
is it
on
not
your
on
screen.
players?
I don't think
Capacity
it's
of
on.
various containers. Okay. So a backpack can hold 300 gold pieces, 300 coins.
Obviously, I'm not doing a backpack.
Hmm A
Like a
a
large
large
belt
belt
pouch.
pouch can hold
And
50
that's
coins.
large. Okay. And about a sack. A large sack.
Large sack can hold 400, more than a backpack.
Okay. How about a small sack?
100.
Okay.
You should definitely post those capacities somewhere, Double M.
You wanted in instructions?
I'm thinking the Gastronomicon, but you might want to put it someplace where players can see that as well.
Yeah, it seems like
You
it'd be
you allow
a
that for on-world knowledge?
Sure,
I
I
feel like
mean,
that should be a player
it's a
known
sack.
thing as well. How much I can hold something.
Just like that thing about the Gastronomicon is fine for us to put the Night Fiend and Knights of Doom XP charts, but XP charts are in the player's handbook, so we need to figure out someplace to put it where the players can see it as
I
well.
slapped it in off-topic and unforsaken for now, but yeah.
Okay.
It's an image, so y'all can copy it and paste it wherever you'd like.
There you go. Good man.
This is interesting.
Okay. Did I forget anyone? Dorez, you're practicing your thing. Umbra, brain. Scorpius, you've practiced your things and gotten your points allocated for that. Let's see. Have I adjusted your time in my notes? I have not yet. Give me a minute to do that. Okay, so Scorpius, you've
How,
done
like,
this many days worth of
when it
training.
says small sack, what would it be, like, comparable, as you think?
Well, a small
Like, if I
sack
had
is
to
about a
think
fourth of the
about...
size of a large sack.
Okay, listen. If you had to think about and, like, take example, like, in real life, what would you compare it to?
Well, a small sack has a volume in cubic feet of 1, and a large sack has a volume in cubic feet of 4. No, I don't have a real life equivalency for it.
Okay.
This is going to be the part where it kind of breaks down, because it
I
doesn't
know,
make
I'm just trying to
sense.
think of, like, the actual size of it.
Think a potato sack. One of the
Okay.
burlap sacks.
Okay, hold on.
Potato sack's
Hold on.
large.
Backpack. Backpacks vary in size, but on average, you can fit 30 pounds of shit in there. Okay?
Yeah, thinking like a school backpack.
The large sack, 40 pounds. So, large sack, think a trash
Yeah,
bag.
probably. Okay. And like for
Not
small
the
sack.
great big giant hefty that you would use in your outdoor trash can.
Like a burlap sack
Yeah.
for
A
potatoes.
burlap sack big enough to line your kitchen trash can.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
You could shove, say, 3, maybe 4 severed heads in that, depending on what they were the heads of. Okay?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Where a small sack, you're just going to fit 1 severed head. Don't y'all love my unit of measurement of choice?
I
Severed
do.
head.
The Assassin's Guild of
Yeah.
Denalia thanks you.
I also hate that. I
Okay?
know exactly what I can imagine.
So, backpack, 2 severed heads. Large sack, 3. Small sack, 1. Belt pouch, no. A hand or 2. But you're not getting a severed head in a belt pouch.
Not unless you
I'm
try
gonna go with
really
large belt.
damn
I'm gonna
hard.
go with large belt pouches then. I think. So I want to be able to have something on my waist that I can just be able to have and not hold.
The new unit of measurement, severed heads, or
Body parts.
SH.
Alright.
Well, my
Yeah,
bag of
I'll be
holding
fine.
can hold 30 SH.
I will be having. Oh yeah, I'll buy 2 large belt patches and fill
Funny
those with the
enough, that
coin.
has happened once in Denali history where this overeager assassin came back to the guild hall after taking like 10 contracts, pulled out his bag of holding and opened it up, and head spilled onto the table. Pay me, bitch.
It's been an interesting day.
Okay, so party. It's been, those days. You've done your things. You've pass through the nights without many encounters, occasional contact from the Urania. Usually just one, although you suspect there's other invisible ones because you hear them moving around. Yeah. And yeah, Crowmate, it's just tell them when you're able to and they'll be ready for you type of deal.
Wait, tell who? Oh,
The spider is when you're willing to come with them to the lair to exchange spells with the queen, and it will be
the Peter Parkers.
Peter Parkers.
Yeah, the Spider-Man.
Oh, I like it. Well, I mean, they're just spiders with hands.
Okay.
All right.
So I'll let them know that because we're, in a brief explanation that I'm trying to get my students caught up in all their various expertise, and that we have to keep making supply runs to Renvera, that it's going to be about 2 months before I can schedule an appointment with their queen. And I dislike the delay, but it is what it must be.
Okay. Well, hold on. I like that, Grills. That's funny.
What?
What you told Aiden to try?
Oh, well, I didn't suggest any particular course of wording, but
Oh, BTW people, I gotta remember. You all have been messaged about dreams at one point or another. You get them every now and again.
Okay.
Frequency seems to be going down for most of you, but some of you it's every night. I'll message these specific 2 people that get it.
Okay, guys, I think we need to take about 5 because I want to get a drag or 2, and nature is kind of calling. So I'll be back as soon as I can.
Question: where would I get iodine crystals? Where would I buy those? How would I buy those?
What are you looking for? Iodine crystals?
Iodine crystals.
What are you going to use those for? What are they used for?
Cloudburst.
Cloudburst. Okay, so that's just special mage component. You go to the mage component store and it's like, hey, I need this shit. Okay, that costs that much.
Okay. Yeah, any price you have in mind? Could I just
Yes, I have a price in mind.
Good?
Yeah, you can throw a platinum. It should be good.
Okay.
Just add to your shopping list. I don't think you're all making it to Renvera tonight because I'm about to tap out in a few.
Yeah.
Okay, you know what? Actually, yeah, maybe we'll call it here.
Have it.
Day 76, 7 o'clock a.m. Let's see. Timeline. Party has just finished 6 days of time skip. Going to Renvera to resupply. Planning to go to Renvera to resupply. Someone make sure you write down your shopping list. I am not doing that for you because I don't need to. Alright, let me go over to NPC's list.
Right, I know what I wanted to do with you. Double M, I might want to try and bring some different spells in to Denalia.
Well, if you wish to pray for the spell, you may pray for the spell. Good luck to you.
Okay, I am back. Sorry about the delay, guys.
Welcome back. Can I make
Thought
you
I had to poop, and I just farted. So it's good.
Here I sit, brokenhearted.
Yep.
Fuck.
Let's see. Out of character chat. That's a good place for it. So, chickens. Feed. What else was there, party?
I will
Chicken
farm
feed,
and you.
more wood.
Okay, lumber for various purposes, and of course nails. Dungeon Master, I'm including that. The 6 chickens, feed for the chickens, more feed for the horses, camels. More food for us. Food. Anything else anyone wants to add to the wish list?
I have my own personal stuff I'm buying.
Alrighty then.
I really wish I named my files like something I could understand.
You should probably
But
consider renaming them.
like half the time I look at them and I'm like, I'll remember what this is, and then I look back at it and I'm like, what is ojijiboj? I'm like, what the fuck? What is this? What have I done to myself?
And of course, Dungeon Master, I'm skipping over the RP with Kassan, showing her the toys the next morning and giving a few of them to little
Graf
baby
loves the
Graf.
toys, and Kassan seems very happy about it.
Okay.
Okay, let's see here. Alright, I think I got everything set up then. Let me just double check my notes, make sure I didn't forget anything. Yeah, y'all are coming up on that day. That will be fun. Yeah, I'm thinking we're ready to stop the session, unless anyone has anything they'd like to do really quick. Otherwise, you'll wake up on the day y'all plan to go back to the Ridvera to resupply. And then I get to throw a dragon at Aiden so he can tame it. Splitting spiders, by far my favorite invention of today. Not that I invented them today, but still. Alright.
Okay. So, are we calling the session for the night?
Yeah, it's 11. I'm gonna call session.
Okay.